Let's exist. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hot Circle, episode 4. No, 5. Right? Yes. Episode 5 of Hot
Episode
Circle.
whatever it needs to be.
Yep. We had Cyber Tigers, and then we had a lot of stuff happen. We just walked into a death cult and ended up, and then we went camping, and we discovered there's some kind of project that may or may not be a weapon, but it is being built, and in secret, and now we need to find out what it is by the Frost Shepherds, because they're big
Wait.
meanies.
Who said anything about a weapon?
No one said a weapon. We just assume it's a weapon because
We found frost hearts, and we know that they can be used as the material component to power
exactly
guns.
batteries
Also
go
as, like ice packs.
Yes. It's winter. We don't need ice packs. Not right now, at least. Yeah. No, it's like, we found batteries. Batteries can go in laser guns. They must be building That's what we did.
A giant laser gun.
Yeah, that's effectively what we did.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. There we go. We should introduce our characters, I suppose. Right? What do we want to do? Do we want to talk about our weird game idea for maybe never or in the future with refined Fate of the Norns, even though we probably can't call it that.
I was just going to give a fair warning. Instead of like doing a bulleted note thing of list, like a bulleted list of ideas I had about the secret project or whatever, I just played a bunch of Dwarf Fortress.
Yes.
So who knows what this is gonna be?
The algorithm has decided.
I had dwarves take care of things. So I have no idea what's gonna happen because I had a lot of managing to do in another pretend world. So we're gonna play to find out more so than usual.
Excellent. Well,
nice.
If you vamp, I'll make a little list of what I think this project is.
Sure. We are people that exist. Protagonists, that's who we are. I'll move up to the top, so that's easier.
What are your characters?
Yes. Should I start? Who wants to go first?
Sure. This probably will center around you more.
Fair. Austral Ward II, or Oz, is a child clone of a being that is commonly called the Scientist, but is actually Austral Ward I. He's a child clone. Secret. The fact that he's a clone, he's trying to keep a secret. Let's see if that gets out or not. And he is doing the thing that most kids do, which is rebel against their parent in a way that is identical to how their parent acts. So he is simultaneously conforming and rebelling. My beliefs are, if anyone knows that I am a clone, then they will surely think I am a monster. I must keep it a secret forever from Karina and Slush. The other one is, the Frost Shepherds do nothing without reason. I will find out what this winter project is. And 3, the Frost Shepherds oppress individuality, and Slush should not wish to join them. I will make him doubt his goal. I have 3 instincts. Always speak with a complicated vocabulary. Whenever someone says I'm similar to the parent, go out of my way to prove them wrong. And always tinker. That is Slush. That is not Slush. That is Oz.
I am Slush.
Yes.
And who is Slush?
I will take that unintentional pass of the basketball.
Yeah.
Say, Slush, also known as Eppingot, is his name that was taken from him. Yeah, Eppingot.
Yep. I think it's brought up once or twice.
I forget what Native American tribe it was, but it's like the name for the first snowfall.
Okay.
I'm trying to vamp to go.
I can't find this. Now I'm Googling it. I can't. How do we spell this? I'm curious now.
Apingaut.
Gau. Okay, that's what I was messing up.
Let me switch back to roles. Go.
It is an Inuit term.
Yeah, for the first snowfall.
Yeah.
Cool. It's not blue, so you're already breaking the rules there.
No, we have blue and ice-related names. That's what I was told.
Yep.
All right.
Blue and or ice.
Yeah, Slush was born to a frost shepherd mother whose name is Avalanche Piprake Maya. His father, who's known as Nord Sharp. Being born between two worlds, he did not have the appropriate paperwork and was shunned from Frost Shepherd Society. And also, because he's a Frost Shepherd, was shunned from Pitfall Society. So he's trying to do his best to earn the respect of the Frost Shepherds as a 13-year-old boy.
Like you do.
Yep. His beliefs are, the Frost Shepherds have denied me my birthright. I will earn their respect. Oz is rather intelligent compared to the others here. I must investigate this. And Karina wants more time with her mother. I will help her do this by destabilizing the death cult. His instincts are, when in need of an authority, be the authority. Always be looking for glory. And I will stick by my allies no matter what. So he's an asshole, but he's good to his friends.
Yep.
The important bits.
Yeah.
I actually remember, this is a bit of a tangent. It reminds me of the latest My Hero Academia episode, where the villain is like, I
haven't seen it.
He just explains his philosophy. It's not an actual event spoiler.
Oh, okay.
Are you good with it? I can still...
That's fine.
Okay.
I just think it was a big spoiler. I don't care.
No, the villain is like, I want to destroy everything. And then one of the characters is like, but I like some things. There's always room for my friends. It's okay. I won't destroy the things you like. Just everything else. Effectively, is what he said. It's that, but on a less, apocalyptic level.
Slight other tangent. It just reminds me a little bit too of John Cena's character from the new Suicide Squad.
You mean Peacemaker?
Yes,
the
Peacemaker.
Best character in that whole movie.
I love peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get there.
You just mean every U.S. president.
Yeah.
Oh no. Terrible. All right, well, to continue the trend of, family dysfunction, I'm playing Karina Robinson. She is the daughter of the leader of the Death Cult, as well as one of the people who fled the Pitfall City to found the town above, a rather insular community up again. She ran away and came down to discover what this pitfall was and, reunite them all in happiness and love, which is definitely going to go really well for her. We've got a couple of different beliefs there, which have changed a little over time because the way I was playing her was vastly opposite to what was written down. So we have beliefs. Slush deserves more than he is being given. I will help him regain his name. I believe that family should be together, so I must make Oz spend time with his parent. And the Frost Shepherds might be making a weapon with all of those frost hearts. I should direct them towards the Death Cult so that they are destroyed and I can get my mom out. The instincts that I've got are always seek to understand the reasons why, always push the boundaries, and always tell the truth. And boy, am I thankful for the ability to change instincts between sessions.
I just realized that Slush's parents weren't on the named NPCs list, so I added them.
Good.
Yeah. So I think last we left off, the protagonists, the young children, or old children, I don't know, our main characters.
Yes.
Our main characters had rushed to Science Parents Lab to reveal some information about this mysterious winter project, only to find that Science Parent had left, been ordered, something
Been
along those
recruited,
lines?
I believe, to the project.
Yeah. Well, I was saying the note may be unclear as to the true motives of why.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just the
He's,
note said they went to go work on it. You don't know exactly like were they forced to go. You don't have like the context. You just
yeah.
have the information.
Okay.
But working on the project, so you could not rely on their wisdom to figure out what it is,
No.
and you're left alone in the lab. So I
Might
think
be a
we
bit of a
fade.
release for Oz.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Now you're in the lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
might
never
find Oz's
actually
birth pod.
been in a yeah. I've never been in the lab without supervision before.
Yeah. Now all three of you are in the lab without supervision, and I think we fade back in on the three of you just like when we left,
Poking
you were like
things?
standing up, reading the note like around the desk or whatever. But I think now you're all kind of relaxing a little bit, but still in the lab. It has not been very long, but you've had a big few days, so I think you took like a second to like after you rushed here to be like, we're gonna sit down and take a breather and collect our thoughts about this.
Yeah.
After a little bit of time, what do you get up to in the lab? And then if you want to leave, we can figure that out in a second.
Perfect.
Well, I mean, we have this lab.
You have a big boy science lab, not just like a junkyard.
Yep.
We could figure out what else these could be used for.
We've got a decent idea of what these could be used for. Maybe we should go sneak into the project?
Or we do both.
I believe preparations must be made before we begin our trek over there. It's likely dangerous and guarded, and we will need all of the support we can get. I shall find out what else these can be used for. I'm sure that hopefully the encyclopedia computer, known as Wiki, can help.
That's a strange name for a computer.
It is, but it's all names are strange.
Yeah. But
Why
also
did
we
you
don't have
name your
computers.
computer?
But we don't have
I did-
computers in this.
Oh, you're right.
this
We don't have
world.
computers. Never.
What
It's
we
a
do
robot.
have-
Robots.
But what we do have, it's like a television-shaped thing with a series of opaque tubes containing liquid at the top of it.
Wait a second.
And if you shine a light through them, you can see floating in the tubes. It's a bunch of brains. It's a bunch of brains plugged into a TV to make a computer.
That's.
Wait a second, that's a TV. Instead of infiltrating the thing, why don't we just use the Death Cult's broadcast to figure out what's going on around
Brilliant.
the city and what the project is?
I think we're glazing over the brains.
Oh, they're old. They were donated. That's
it
what.
needs processing power. You need there is no computer to do the processing, only brains.
Why not just, I don't know, open a book? Just open a book. Why do you need brains?
It holds a lot more information than books. This what was it called?
This holds the information
Brain of vision.
Department.
Indeed, it is an entire many shelves worth of books. As if there was a building filled with nothing but bookshelves, it would be that, but all in that.
Is this how you grew up?
I
With brains?
just am like quiet and look down a bit, and I don't say anything.
Didn't all of you grow up with brains telling you what to do?
Yes, but only one brain, not 12. Okay, I'm not gonna get past this. I need to know how and why.
You know whose brains these are?
Oz is just like opening and closing his mouth and doesn't know what to say, and he looks very nervous.
Did they like? Do you have to plug your brain into the other brain? Is that why you're so smart?
No, it's not like that. Well,
You just turn the TV on.
they're
There's like a menu with a remote and everything, and you go through the lessons.
they were not. The brains were grown.
What?
They weren't taken from a person. They were
What? Grown?
well,
To grow brains in.
no, he grew them in well, it started with petri dishes, and then he needed larger and larger. He grew a copy of his own brain,
Why are you?
or several copies.
Their own brain.
That's what? Yes, that's the best example.
That's the same knowledge.
No, he infused each brain with different information. It was technically ethical.
What do you mean Austral? Aren't you Austral?
Oh, my parents' name is also. I'm Austral the Second. It's a thing. Apparently, old world people used to sometimes name their child after themselves.
How did your father get a woman to sleep with him when he grew his own brain? How is that possible?
Roll a D. I don't know.
I'm given how poorly you're reacting to this, I don't think Austral wants to tell you. I think he's just like, I never knew my mother.
It's like he's not poorly reacting to.
Oh yeah,
like,
but
the fact it's more like, why would you do that? Why not just do anything else?
Yep, but that's how Oz is taking it. Is just like, oh no, they think it's horrible. They'll think I'm horrible. So he's like, he just repeats what he said before. I never knew my mother. Anyways, that's not important right now. We just need to use it to find out. Look, and I go and I press a button on it and look through the case. Look, we can look about the frost hearts and see what information.
Do they feel? I don't what's happening.
No, brains don't have nerve endings. They don't fear. I say in this weirdly upbeat tone, like there's no pain.
Do they remember?
Technically, they remember information. They're not people. They're just brains.
That's kind of all the brains do. They remember. It's just it's like the chips in your computer currently. That's all it does.
Yeah, whenever they're not being used, they sleep like you turn off a device.
Dream?
I just say like I don't know, and
I mean, there is now that you think about it, there is a cartoon programming section of the Brainovision. Maybe that's their dreams.
I'm unsure. Is all I say.
I have so many questions for your parent. So many. Well,
then let's find him quickly. And then I start immediately looking on the computer to find out what's up with frost darts. If there's any, what other uses they might have.
So I think you get advantage for using the magic brain box.
Okay. I'm using lab grown. This is probably not the first time I've used it as my life path. I will say right now, I don't think I used to be these are the failed clones where some parts of the rest of their body failed, and so they just got turned into the brain box.
How would you know? How would you know?
Maybe I am in the real brain box, and this is all just a simulation. Yep. I don't know. They're all of the brains are dreaming of playing a tabletop role-playing game together. Yep. They're unfortunately, I believe the channel's been turned to Cyberpunk. Not Cyberpunk, Shadowrun 5th edition. So they're having a tough time of things.
No, it actually got turned to Cyberpunk, so they're all glitching out.
What is my obstacle?
Oh, 2 to ask 1 question, and then everything above that you get more questions.
Okay.
That's the easiest way to do like the find information ones, where
yes.
I don't need to like predetermine what the information all is.
That's true. So, my subject went away. I'll get rid of both of those. Actually, I'll keep them both just so I remember I used to have them, but I don't have them right now.
Yeah.
I will take. I assume science-wise helps here in this case.
Yeah, science-wise helps. You're finding
Okay, and that grants me a
Science-y stuff.
reroll or an extra dice if it's a wise.
wise is an extra die.
Okay.
You
Yep.
get advantage for using the brain box
Perfect.
to investigate this.
They've both.
Traits. You get a die for curious.
Yeah, curious. This I don't think is know-it-all, not for actual doing the research itself. It's
No.
so.
If you were trying to recall it,
Yeah.
then yeah, know it all would help. But
Okay. I might actually use know-it-all against myself intentionally. It's just like I'm not just looking. I'm reading the entire Wikipedia article and all the sources instead of just scrolling down to the known uses section. Is the equivalent of what I'm doing. So it's just going to take
fair.
a lot longer.
So that's an extra ob. So you're gonna have to get 3.
Yeah.
To get a question.
Yep. And I gain a. Is it fate or persona? This is just a regular obstacle test, so I think I gain
Fate.
a. It's a fate. Okay, cool. I'm not
I think
taxed,
it's
so I'll do
always
that.
fate.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, persona's only for
If you
achievement
remove the
levels.
tax, you don't get the fate for the thing.
Yeah, and I don't have any tax to remove,
Oh, cool.
so I was just checking if I wanted to do that instead. There we go. Oh, that's not enough.
You get a free reroll though
I do get a free reroll. What do I get a free reroll for?
The
for using
brain
the
box.
computer.
Oh, okay. That's with advantage, right. Let's do that. 5 dice. There we go. There we go. That's 6.
Yup.
Alright. So, my only question is... What are... I think, yeah, I'll just leave it open. What other potential uses can do frost arts have? Keeping...
Does someone else have an answer? Not Spencer. One of the other two. Do you
Okay,
have a
we've got
potential
frost
use?
packs. We've got
Ooh.
gun energy packs.
They make things cold is the use I've put out there. So the
I
two
have-
things that make things cold so far. Yeah.
So
You have a
I
suggestion.
have a
just
suggestion.
go. It's everyone's setting. It's your. You have the correct answer then.
So we have the eggy things, right?
We do. The moose egg apple, yeah.
No. The white light egg.
Oh,
things.
yes.
Oh yeah.
It prevents those from hatching, so you have an infinite energy source.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So they slow things on a molecular level, not just on like a
Not just
temperature
making
level.
cold, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also wondering if it might not be a way to, usher older frost shepherds out of the world.
Oh?
I mean,
Like ritualistically or something?
Yeah.
Like
I
you
like
just
We have the
freeze
most
them to
intense
death.
cold thing.
Yeah.
You pack
A
them in a bunch of
frost
cold
heart
packs,
When-
and they say, okay, you're
Yeah.
done now.
they
Like-
build a frost heart coffin and shoot it into space.
Not shoot into space, just they join the eternal winter. That's heaven for the frost shepherds. Is
Like
eternal.
cryo sleep?
Ooh, maybe.
Ooh, I like cryosleep better. They
Yeah.
cryosleep the old
Using
people
frost
before
hearts.
they die.
Yeah, I like that too, honestly.
Yeah,
Like-
okay.
On their deathbed, they just
We're
like,
making like a frost shepherd mausoleum.
yeah, they ice them up.
Yep. I love that.
Back to ziggurats.
Yeah. Well, it's not a ziggurat. It's a mausoleum, and it
It's
might
an
be
underground
it's another
ziggurat.
pit. It's another
I figured
pit.
out what the construction is. We will find the construction when we find the construction.
Perfect. Okay, we have our theories, and I think after seeing all of that, it was like, okay,
Yes, you learn, you reaffirm your suggestion about the gun, you reaffirm your, like, refrigeration thing, you find out not secret, but like a Frost Shepherd ritual. You don't know how the Frost Shepherd information got into this, that was not there before.
Mhm.
They might have added a new brain since last time.
a
we
Frost
tried
Shepherd
this.
brain or like with information copied from a Frost Shepherd or something.
Who knows? If this Frost Shepherd data was not here the last time you messed with the brain computer.
Okay.
So you know about the Frost Shepherd cryo death sleep thing? I don't know what we're going to refer to it as. Yeah, but the almost dead Frost Shepherds get encased in frost hearts
Yep.
so
Ooh.
they never really die, but they're basically dead.
What if they think it like reverses it, right?
What do you
Kind
mean?
of just like hits pause.
Yeah,
So
I think it's...
they're eternal in that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, there might be some kind of, like, I don't think this article actually mentions it. I just wonder if there might be some kind of... We're freezing them until the promised day of some kind of promised day where they'll...
Until they
Yeah.
find whatever the agent is that they're
It-
looking
Yeah, the thing
it-
that'll make all Frost Shepherds
Yeah, but that's
immortal
pure
or something like
conjecture.
that. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
that this says is that on their deathbed, Frost Shepherds are packed in a sarcophagus of frost hearts, and they
Yeah.
lie between life and death for the as far as the computer knows. They're
Okay.
just held in that state.
So yeah,
What was the
I
other
show
thing
all
we
of that to
said?
you.
There was another thing, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was
Thought
another
there was-
thing. What was your suggestion?
Oh, that the little light balls that make energy.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Hibernating the eggs.
I wonder if
Yeah,
they're
and
related
it'll,
somehow.
it'll, like hibernate the eggs so they just continue posting energy but don't
Hatch into,
Hatch.
the
Yeah.
being.
and you think that also wasn't there last time, and you're pretty sure that would be from Oz Senior's experimentation. Or more
'Kay.
recent
Yeah.
experimentation.
Okay. Cool.
So it could be giant gun, could be giant refrigerator, could be giant refrigerator full of Frost Shepherds, or giant refrigerator full of light eggs. What are light eggs?
Oh. You
Or a
don't know what
giant
those
gun
are.
filled with Frost Shepherds.
A giant Frost Shepherd gun.
I'm just
I think
rearranging
perhaps
the
it's...
words in different order.
Yeah, perhaps it's best if you, over here. And I want to show the other two the, like, power plant part of this, where all of the, like, gas things are being kept. Well, I assume if he experimented and learns it won't hatch, he probably has a few unhatched due to the frost hearts.
Yeah,
But-
do you want to look around the lab? Do you want to do exploration of the lab?
I think so, yeah.
Because you don't spend a lot of time here unsupervised, so you would
Yeah.
need to...
But
we
what
need
about
to
your
do
friend?
Well, that was... I think I'm going to actually do that first. I'm going to roll circles with lab grown, I think, if that's good, to establish that one of the cloud creatures, because while I was considering starting with it, it never came up, so I changed it, is almost like a pet hamster for me. Like, I made friends with it. I don't remember what its name was, so I'm now going to call it Rufus.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll circles to find Rufus in the lab.
Rufus, the cloud creature. Might...
Can't help but hear Scrimjaw.
Okay.
Naked cloud creature. Like a...
I don't think anything helps me here. What is my obstacle?
Well, we'll double check the rules for people. Circles.
Oh, I got it. It's one contact is average person, +1 if they are a hostile contact, +1 if it's a specific life path the contact has, +1 if the contact has a higher or lower social rank, and +1 if it is out of place or overly coincidental.
Yeah, so this isn't out of place. This would be the lab that they're supposed to be in.
That's true.
I don't think it has a higher or lower social rank.
Not really. It's not a person, but we're gonna say one because it doesn't have much agency in this world. It's not
That's
good
true.
for a lot.
Yeah, it's not like going to be busy or anything to access or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Like, you don't send Rufus to go get groceries. Like, Rufus is in the lab.
Rufus just sits there and is adorable and gives power.
A being of gas.
Yeah. Okay. Then, 3 dice. You said it was 1 or 2?
1.
Okay. I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. So that's 2 successes.
Cool.
So
Yeah, you find Rufus. The way this lab is designed is that it looks like one room with like panel walls, but then you could like the wall panels slide.
Oh,
So you
nice.
slide one of them, and behind one of the panels is like this tank with the like kind of like crossed metal wire going through the glass. So it's like the double layer with the metal going in between it.
yeah,
You know, it's a little bit. It's not a perfectly clear glass because this is still handmade,
Yeah.
and on the inside is Rufus, the amorphous cloud being.
yeah. So
Which is a less efficient form for power production than the egg is.
yes, it is. So,
It can just never stop non-Newtonian motion.
exactly.
Yeah, it has to sleep because it is a being.
Yep. So I think I don't tap on the glass, of course, but I put my hand on it, so he knows I'm there, and I say, "Hi, Rufus." And the cloud, I don't think it can make noise, really, but it like probably can swirl in slowly in certain
wobble?
ways.
Yeah, you have like taken a dry erase marker and marked out sections for on the glass that they can put swirls in for communication purposes.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure we can like. I have no idea if it can talk. I don't think that I've established a way to like talk to it. I talk to it like someone talks to their dog. That doesn't mean he's only as smart as a dog. It's just that we're limited in communication. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
It's so cute.
You don't really see anything there besides just gas
swirling,
like a cloud.
White swirls.
Yeah.
It's a pet.
This is Rufus.
That's how you react to pets.
He's it is what are they called? Luminous Nimbus, I believe, is technically what they're what my parents decided to dub them and their kind. But this one is Rufus. He's I just like gesture like he is an entity, a creature, unlike any that we have seen, because he is not in any way, as far as we can tell, cybernetic. Yep, that's what makes him unusual. Not the actual
not
being a
human.
gas creature. He's just
not human, not cybernetic.
yeah.
Yeah, not animal. Also,
Yep.
how did you grow up normal? You're like normal.
Observed a
How did you grow up
great
bachelors?
deal of television.
It's just you had brain TV that taught you things, and you have a pet cloud.
I also, when I got older, spent a lot of time away from home and in town. That probably helped as well. I just look kind of awkward, like...
Okay.
Am I not normal? I know I'm not normal,
No,
but
you're normal. It's just this place is not normal. This place is weird.
It's not normal. It's...
Home.
It's where I grew up. It's useful. It's researching the state of our world and how to best make use of things. Without it, we wouldn't have power or electricity. That would, I'm told, was a, pun not intended, dark time indeed.
I think I'm understanding you a little bit more.
You want to keep opening doors?
I think...
I mean, the glass grows.
Yeah. Is there like something in here that like your parent does your parent have a brain journal?
I don't know, but
Do we
I
want?
am open to searching.
Yeah. Let's poke around.
Very well.
Will you start poking around? I put my hand in my grass and introduce myself to Rufus.
Okay.
Yeah. So Rufus is here and he's paying attention to what's
Yes.
going on.
Oh, I'll
Okay.
like wave at the cage, and I'll just go hello.
Yep.
Just like everywhere, because I can't tell where it is.
Oh, Rufus. Rufus, these are my friends. This one is Karina, and this one is Slush. I think you can do the thing you still remember how to wave, correct? Then you want to wave?
Yeah, there's like a solid mass of the cloud that like swipes along the glass.
Yeah, left and right.
Good.
Good, Rufus. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it he because of the name I gave it. Is affectionate towards you. He likes you.
Is there any reason why he's behind that glass tubing?
He passively generates electrical energy that is absorbed by the machinery around him and is used to power the village, in part.
So you decided to imprison him because he's useful?
I mean, that I understand. That's the least weird part about this relationship.
Rufus has been in there since
We have priorities.
before I was here. I never thought about that.
Maybe we
Well-
should let him out?
Rufus, do you want to be free? Wave once for yes or 2 for no.
Let's remove the electricity from the entire town. This sounds like
It's not
fantastic
all of the
idea.
electricity.
Alright, Rufus waves no.
Oh,
Aw.
I think Rufus is
So-
content then. Okay.
Rufus consents to being in there and what?
It's unclear,
I-
Rufus just
yeah.
waves 2 times. That is
Yeah.
what happens.
I think I will ask again every so often in case you change your mind, Rufus. But I think he's content. I shrug.
Oh,
But
I
maybe
like that.
eventually I will look into developing a more robust communication method. But for now,
Yeah.
we
You
have
don't know
waving.
you don't know any other details besides the fact Rufus waves twice.
Yep, and is able to understand us to a degree, it seems. Maybe.
Who knows?
Yep.
Rufus waved twice. That is what you know.
Yep.
Okay, so they could be building a big gun. They could be building a cryogenics facility, or they could be building a storage facility for more Rufuses, or a fridge.
I honestly
Uh,
dislike all of those options. If even the
What's wrong with a fridge?
Frost Shepherd, it guarantees that the Frost Shepherds will always have a presence here. I look at you a
and
bit
the-
gravely.
And the giant, garrison.
Oh no, that's bad too. But from what I think, many people place great importance on death and its rituals, and if we learned there was a number of Frost Shepherds in cryostasis beneath somewhere, many of, I imagine, them would always seek it out.
What do I know about
cheating death? Frost Shepherds cheating death.
What do
by
I know
freezing
about
themselves.
the weird cryogenics ritual?
Yeah,
Oh,
what,
this is the first you heard of
the
it.
cryo funeral.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Yep.
I mean, maybe once you hit like a high enough rank, you hear about it. I don't know what the point would be.
It could be that the computer's just wrong.
It could also be that.
It was in the, like, it was on the page you pulled up about Frost Hearts.
I mean, do we really
the
know who
Wikipedia style
put that
page about Frost Hearts? That's what
information
it
into
said.
If we know that the brains can dream, what if they
You
dreamed
don't
up
know
that
the brains
scenario?
can dream. You don't know the brains can dream. You just know there's a cartoon channel.
Yeah, it's a thing.
The hypothesis.
Let's look around, see if your parent left any notes or anything. What?
Okay.
Or why not? We have a TV. Can we hook this up to the Discord broadcast and see what this project is?
That's a good idea. Well, I didn't dismantle that entire system for nothing. Let's do it.
You want to try to hook. You want to try to patch the Brain TV into the Frost the
Death Cult's, like-
observation network.
Yep.
I want to poke around because
All right, you're poking around.
yeah,
You're hooking up the intelligent television to
Mhm.
the observation
To the
television.
Death Cult
Intelligent
television.
television.
Yes.
I will help with that if I can. I don't really know.
I
Alright.
could use an assistant, I
We'll
suppose.
start with the TV, and then we'll cut back to the snooping.
Perfect. Okay. So closest one I have is, well, the first thing I'm going to do is recall the subject I had previously recalled. Not biomechanics wise. Subject broadcasting. Broadcasting was what it was.
Yeah.
Though I actually also, biomechanics wise, would also be very useful here. I
Absolutely.
already
Surprisingly.
previously established both, so I'll try to establish both again.
Yeah. So you get a bonus die for establishing it.
Because I have before, right? Because it's the
Yeah.
first time I've done one I've done before. Okay.
I think they were both like 2, right?
Two. What do you mean they were both two?
Like
Up to.
obstacle.
Oh, I think so.
Now I'm gonna double
But
check.
yes,
this
you're
thing.
welcome to reestat. Like, just go through it again and generate a new ob.
Yeah.
I
So
think the
one of them is.
broadcasting-
So the first one is going to the broadcasting is going to be overly coincidental for this situation. So broadcasting is going to be 3, and the biomechanics is going to be 2.
Okay.
And you have to do them one at a time.
Yep.
just in case it gets taxed.
Okay.
But you have a bonus die on each, and we basically just roll the life path.
Yep, that's what I thought. All right, I'll re-roll for that one. You said it was obstacle 2, right?
Yeah, for biomechanics.
Then this is a fate point, so I'll spend a fate point. There we go. And I'll re-roll. And I'll spend a fate point. Oh boy. I'm getting 4 dice! This should not be as tough as it is. I'll spend another fate point. I'm almost out. Okay.
Yay! You get
Yay.
biomechanics.
Now you need to get the other one.
Yep. Let me check right now if it's good with everyone.
Actually, if that's an asset, it'll give you advantage, but not a dice.
That's still fine.
Really? I thought assets gave you dice.
I thought,
Uh,
I thought assets gave you dice too. Have we been doing that wrong?
I'll double check it again, but I've got advantage here, and I think I looked it up again, but I will let you know.
Yeah, if they give you advantage, then that's different. That's a reroll. But if they give you dice, yeah, helpful, wise, skill condition, and give you plus dice, according to this for the task roll.
Yeah.
From what I can see.
I don't see where it says advantage.
Yeah, hey, if you guys are saying plus dice, I'm good with that. I will just try and see what I was doing.
I'm generally looking, and I actually don't see where it says anything other than just plus dice for that.
I just checked. It costs 6 fate to upgrade a subject to a wise, permanent wise, and I just spent 6 fate in this now altogether. So if it's good, I will it won't change the dice for this roll, but I'll change my biomechanics subject to biomechanics wise permanent.
Cool.
Okay.
That seems fair. You've used it a couple times here.
Yeah. And then I will roll for my broadcasting.
Yeah, you need 3 dice for this one, because this one's overly coincidental.
So, obstacle 3?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that one's fine. Okay.
There we go.
So I have both of those, and then now I will try to roll to sort of... I guess what I'm doing is constructing a skullcast receiver, I believe is what I've written it down as, in order to... And then, like, linking it in, hardwiring it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to stuff in the lab.
Yep.
I'm going to look at the op thing. So that's going to make it possible. Like, all of the, like, random lab equipment to build basically the cable box.
Yep.
Is going to make this possible.
Okay.
It's going to be journeyman to try to build it. It's going to be moderate to overcome because there is a level of like scrambling of the skullcast signal.
Yep, there's encryption.
Yeah. So 3 to Is it you think 3 or 4? This seems hard.
I'm fine with 4. I'm going to throw a bunch of dice at this thing, an advantage.
Yeah. So it's okay. It's gonna be scaled a little bit. So it's going to be 3 dice to receive skullcast on this TV. Obstacle 3, and you receive the signal. And obstacle 4, you can do anything with the signal. Like you can't interact with it with only 3 successes, but it's not like a failure. You just
I can't change. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If I fail,
like, send anything back or like change.
I have an idea for if I fail, and that is I completely ruin the brain television and completely like overload the brains and fry them.
Yeah, you have to replace the brains.
Yep.
Yeah,
I break it.
Replace the brains.
Yeah, like you do. Okay. So I will be using my lab-grown life path.
The brains are basically just sitting in electrolyte-filled tubes.
Yeah.
So you could screw the top off and plop the brain out when it burns out. But you lose any of the information stored on the brain.
Yep. I'm going to add in my broadcasting subject and my biomechanics wise. I'm going to add in know-it-all, I think, brings me to 6 dice.
Yeah.
And I have what I think is a condition, but I might have just written it down so I have it. Knowledge to build a skullcast receiver. I don't think that adds dice, but I wanted to check. I think that just also makes this possible.
Yeah, I think that's needed to make it possible. I would have made it harder. It would be overly coincidental if you did that. Removes the overly coincidental ob.
Yep.
Because previously you had sat around fucking around with the skullcast machine to find this ability or to find out this, like, to do it.
Okay.
Which is like, ooh, I happen to know how to hack into it without doing that would have been overly coincidental.
All right. Then I have 6 dice, and it's ob 4, right? Well, ob 3, but I really want 4.
Yeah.
Okay. 6 dice.
With a reroll because you have an assistant.
I do have an assistant.
Yes.
I do not need it.
That's good.
Yeah, so you build the box, and then the brains sort of take over the process after you get into the signal.
Oh boy, yeah.
And they start sorting through the information.
That's It's okay. They're totally not alive.
Oh, good, it's working now. So let's just see if we can figure out what they're building. What is this
Yes.
project?
I'd love it if the brains start making like folders that are like people's names and like where they're going from
Yes,
these times to
exactly
these.
It's
how it
just
works.
yeah.
The compiled
It's just a
information of the
panopticon is what I've
brains-
created now.
Yeah, the compiled information of the brains is translated by the TV into basically a Wikipedia site.
Yeah, this is what
You
everyone
made-
did. Here's a log on what everyone did every day.
You've
Just
made
another
Big Brother.
There's new folders. Just like what Jeff did on Tuesday. Whole
Oh,
article.
boy. Okay. I think that Slush, you were poking around.
Yeah,
while
you're
we were
poking
building
around.
that.
So it's gonna be 1 dice to not smash your finger in a sliding door. But for every die beyond that, you can look at one thing.
Oh,
One option.
I was thinking of trying to recall my espionage focus.
Cool. You can do that too.
Yeah. So that's gonna
That
be
was, I think that's gonna be 2, and you get a bonus die because you've done it before.
okay. So that was through Garrison Born, which is now 4d6, so it'll be 5d6.
5d6 on Av 2 to get the focus. You're gonna find so many things in this lab.
Hey, I got the focus back. Okay, so then I have espionage. Roll Garrison Born again, but use espionage. Okay.
Yes. So you're gonna get 5 dice again, unless you have other traits or skills you want to add on to that. It's gonna be 1 to find, like, 1 to not, obstacle 1 to not get hurt, and every like 2+ is gonna be things you find in the lab.
I don't think I can add anything else because, like, authoritative, proud, and the bastard don't do anything.
Not really.
Shepherd wise, I don't think does anything here.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes, we're
Okay.
gonna say yes on Shepard.
Cool. So 6 dice. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've 1 to not hurt myself,
Yeah.
and then every additional success is more things.
Yeah, more things you find in the lab.
Cool.
I have like a couple we're gonna start with, and then you could just like either ask me, do I find something that looks like related to this or whatever.
Cool. I got 3 successes, so I get
So
2 things.
it's the 2 things I had written down then.
Okay. So because he's doing this by himself, one of the things he wants is any information on Oz's mother. Like, who is this woman that he doesn't know about?
You're not gonna find anything about that, but you do
Uh-huh.
find something in the similar vein. So you
Yes.
start sliding panels, and you slide one through, you slide one down, and you see there's a giant tube filled with liquid there's nothing in the liquid.
Uh-huh.
And
Is
then
there-
you slide another door next to it, and there's another big tube, but there's nothing in the liquid. And you slide one down, and you open it, and there's another big tube, and there's kind of like a skeleton in the liquid. And you slide one down, and there's another big tube, and there's more of a skeleton in the liquid. It's like a really thick skeleton. This one's weird. It's just like a big, beefy, lots of cartilage skeleton. And yeah, there's about 12 now. Well, let's say, let's find out exactly how many.
Oh boy. Is there like also a scientist journal with him, like
There's
a
15
progress
of
log?
these tubes in general.
Yeah, is there like a progress log like next to everything?
No. They're all
Okay.
just like, they all seem to be variations off a theme. They range from like skeletons to like people to empty appearing tubes.
There's full-on people in these tubes.
Yeah, some of them have full-on people. One of them is like a child with a big beard.
Does the child look like Oz?
I mean,
Is it a baby or does it look older than a baby?
it looks like a toddler, but with like a 4-foot beard.
Oh, so the beard's longer than it is. It's a
Yeah.
Dumbledore beard.
Yeah, on a toddler in a tube.
Is this enough for me to put 2 and 2 together?
there's cloning experiments going on in this lab. That's
Okay.
what you put together from this.
Okay. And then I guess the second thing I want is does Papa Oz have any journal that would have any information about, working with the Frost Shepherds, or like a personal journal of
It's
sorts?
not like a journal, but there is a full set of Frost Shepherd armor in one of the cabinets. Like adult-sized Frost Shepherd armor. With scuff
Now-
marks around the neck.
With scuff marks around the neck.
I think
Now, if I investigate this Frost Shepherd armor, does it have a name attached to it?
is there like a
There's like a
tag?
badge, and it's like a mid-level, like, sergeant.
Do I know of any sergeants who have gone missing?
I mean, you can roll, like, Frost Shepherd-wise.
Yeah, I'd like to roll
You're gonna need,
Frost
like,
Shepherd-wise.
3 to
Okay.
know someone's gone missing.
I assume Garrison-born would be my life path for this.
Sure.
Okay, so that's 5 dice, because it's Shepherd-wise. Can I still use espionage here, or...?
No, this is straight up just remembering if anyone's,
Okay.
like, gone missing.
Would the bastard help?
If anything, it would hinder.
Would proud help?
No.
Okay, alright. What's my ob again?
Wait.
This is my uncle. This is who
Yeah.
Yeah, your mother's brother was a sergeant and he has gone missing.
he was. Oh God!
You just said it was your uncle and you got all of these successes, so it's your uncle.
Okay, so is there like a Frost Shepherd gun in there too, or is it just the armor?
Oh, it's just the armor.
Okay. This
With
is bad.
Scuff marks around the neck.
This is bad.
And Frost Shepherd information on the brain TV.
Yeah, this is real bad. Because he said the brains have the information, and there was Frost Shepherd information on the brain TV. Cool. I'm going to very casually walk back in the room and go,
Oh, it's one big room with, like, the panel doors.
oh,
Yeah, okay.
cool.
If it's one
cool,
giant room,
cool.
I'm still probably too distracted to notice that you're doing this.
Yeah,
I'm
but
helping unless you actively,
Yeah.
say something or draw away.
I'm going to try not to draw attention, just close the panel. And,
Stone
This-
Frost
faced.
Shepherd panel? Because you can't close all, like, 16 panels before...
no, just that
everyone
one,
does this.
specifically. And I will just go, how much longer are you guys gonna be?
Almost got it. We're... And...
Cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
It's connected.
do we need any food? Does anyone need a food run? I could go run to the garrison, get us some good snacks.
Could you be our lookout? That would be
Rufus,
helpful.
do you need any food?
Yes.
Rufus
eat.
Rufus doesn't eat. Rufus doesn't require any food,
Cool.
and
All
as
right.
far as we can tell,
RP, no.
anything.
I will definitely go get food, and I will go be the lookout. I will be right
Well,
back.
we just finished. Actually, do you want to come take a look?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then we see the brains start assimilating all of the data that it's seeing.
Just horrified looking at these brains.
You're just looking at the... So, now there's another channel that's been added to the TV.
Yep.
So now there is just live feed as an option you can select.
Yep.
And
We didn't even have to pay
as you
for it.
look at the like file program, whatever the Wikipedia equivalent is, it's just like static buffering, and more like articles are being added, and like new categories are being formed.
Perfect.
So like statically buffers on it. You can just see them compiling this information, and it's pretty constant. Like it doesn't stop anymore.
Oh, good. We're probably gonna overheat the brains eventually, and they'll just stop. But for now, I look for like I search warehouse into the search bar because it was in some kind of warehouse.
Like, what is
Yeah.
the Frost Shepherd's up to?
Yep.
You find you get the definitional warehouse. You get warehouses of history. You get live feed of the Straw Shepherd secret warehouse.
That one. There we go.
Yeah,
And then I forgot to
because
change my search priority to proximity. That's what it was.
Yeah, because it's the what is it? Skullovation?
Skullavision is, I believe, what it was called.
Yeah, because of Skullovision, we don't get an inside feed.
Yeah.
But we do get just a feed of like a nondescript warehouse where wheelbarrows of frost tarts are being like carted in, and then like also there's people coming in and out with like construction equipment and stone moving tools. And also people in the back tinkering with like a sci-fi nonsense series of like big tubes.
Okay.
Hey Oz, is that your parent? I pointed to someone on the screen.
It's not.
No, they're inside. They always wear a white lab coat. They said it's something to do with a uniform or a symbol.
But television is black and white.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
all right, well then
it's not your parents, but
for.
Skullavision is in black and white with like really high contrast.
Yeah, of course it is. Perfect. Well, this is less helpful than I thought, at least when it came to the warehouse. But the information will be nice.
We figured out where it is.
Oh, I know where it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I previously, when we were on our trip, I tracked it down to and which warehouse it was going to. Probably should have mentioned that. Are we ready to go? I look just like positively at
you going
Slush.
To the warehouse? You don't want to search secret project.
Well, I just I look optimistically at Slush, who is in his own horror movie.
Yeah, this is literally a horror movie. Did you look up like what the project could be?
Let's do that. I'm gonna go back to the computer, and I looked at the articles.
You know, it might be a lot of stuff. I'm gonna go get us some snacks because I'm hungry, and we could just chill out here for a second. Figure out everything we need to do. I'm like walking back out the door.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, thanks. That sounds good.
No,
Okay.
I got it. I'm good. We're good.
Okay.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm not even looking up. I'm down the Wikipedia rabbit hole right now.
Yep. So, what you find out about the secret project, I'm gonna tell you a couple like things, and you can ask a question.
Okay.
You built this stupid brain supercomputer now with all of the observational data.
Yep, I've combined the two most dangerous things in our village together.
Yeah. So yeah, you look the live feed. There's a series of tents over what appears to be yet another pit, but this one's a lot more square. Like a square pit, and then it steps down one step, and then it goes a little bit too dark because it's under tarps.
Okay.
It's an inverse ziggurat. They're building an inverse ziggurat.
I called it.
It both is and is not a ziggurat. It is both a pit and a ziggurat. Why build one when you can build both?
Both of the two things.
A pitterot.
Just what we need.
That's what you see from the live feed, that they are constructing an inverse ziggurat.
I see. Well.
And there's the other thing you see on the live feed is like, I don't know how the best way to describe it. It looks like a series of coffins that are made of wood that are kind of like stacked, like coffin-shaped sized wooden pine boxes that are all stored around there as part of. You don't know if they're holding like construction supplies or what, but coffins are a weird size, is why I'm saying coffin size.
Yeah.
Because they're like 6 feet long and 2 feet wide and like 2 feet high, kind of.
Slightly larger than a person sized.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a bunch of those around there.
I show this all to Karina.
Denver Ziggurat. Yeah, that's what you see from the live feed.
I have a suspicion that after you go down the rabbit hole of Wikipedia, I get bored real quick and follow out after, Slush.
Yep. I'm just like power walking toward the store. That's where I'm going, the store.
So Karina, is just running after you and yelling for a moment like, "Hey, Slush, wait up!"
Oh God! Oh jeez. You were with you were okay with everything that was going on in there? Everything was fine in there for you?
What wasn't fine for her? What's wrong?
The brains?
Yeah, but we were over that, and he said it was okay.
He said that the brains were grown from his parent, right?
Okay. Right.
And the brains can only know what the person puts into them, right?
Yeah.
So why was there Frost Shepherd information in there?
Because Oz's parent made friends with a Frost Shepherd and asked him some questions?
No, that's not what happened at all.
How do you know what happened?
Because, okay, I was looking around, trying to see if there was like a journal we could go over or anything normal, and I found some I found some Frost Shepherd armor of a sergeant, and there's a missing sergeant who is my uncle. Uncle Adur.
So you think that Oz's parent or Oz kidnapped your Uncle Adur, took out his brain, and added it to the computer?
Yes.
Why not just ask Oz about it?
Because Oz wouldn't know if Oz's parent was a murderer. Oz doesn't really have a good relationship with his parent.
He'd still know better than you or me. And it's not exactly right to not talk to him about these sort of things. I mean, it affects him too if his parent is a murderer.
Right, which is why I'm going to the appropriate authority to investigate.
You're going to go and tell the Frost Shepherds.
Yes, because
without ever having talked to Oz.
Because
I thought he was your friend.
He is, but it doesn't concern. It's my uncle's brain in a jar.
Yeah, and it's his dad, who's going to get accused of murder.
How? Okay, one, you're blaming the brain. He's a brain in a jar.
I'm not blaming the brain. I'm saying you need to talk to people before you get them in huge amounts of trouble.
Okay.
They might have a reasonable explanation before you call down the cops.
Okay, they could come and verify what we saw, and then they could go ask Oz's parent, why do you have all these things?
And how much do you think Oz is going to trust us after that?
I don't think it really... I mean, it's not us, it's his parent.
Yeah, but you just got his parent into a whole lot of trouble.
I think if Oz's parent murdered my uncle, I think his parent should get in trouble.
I mean, yeah, I guess he should probably get in trouble for that. But you should still at least check with Oz first. Maybe he's already gone to the cops. Maybe he doesn't know about it.
Oz hates the Frost Shepherds. Why would he go to them?
All right, maybe it's not a great scenario. But
I understand Oz is our friend, right? This doesn't have anything to do with Oz. I don't think Oz murdered my uncle. I think Oz's parent murdered my uncle and put his brain in a jar for information.
I'm tempted to
That's-
have a roll off to see if you can convince me to come along here or not.
I'm
Or
not
if I
trying
can
to
convince
convince you to
go
come
back
along.
with snacks.
I don't think he can be convinced to go back with snacks.
That's fine. I can be convinced to go forward.
Yeah, I think I'll try and convince you. Do you? How
To
do
throw
we
away relationship with Oz is what this
Listen,
is.
it's not throwing away our relationship with Oz. It's just going to the appropriate authorities about a murder that might have taken place.
Without informing the person who
I-
might be
Oh, wait,
privy
did Oz
to...
murder them? No.
No. Well,
Right? Listen. Your mom is part of the death cult, right? If I think she killed someone, do I go to you like, hey, did your mom kill someone? No, you don't do that.
yes, yes, you do.
What do you mean?
Of course you do.
Okay,
I
it
mean,
might be
that's
different. It
something
might
that
be
I'd
different
really
for the
want to
death cult,
know
but
if my
listen,
mom murdered someone. I'm pretty sure she
but-
probably has. But
Right, but
besides,
You're 100% sure. There's no confusion.
listen, this just needs to go through the proper channels, and that's it. That's all we need to do. I'm not implicating Oz in anything, right? If Oz's parent did a murder, I think people should know Oz's parent did a murder. Is that not the right thing to do?
I say roll.
Okay.
Ops 3 and I'll go with you. Anything less than that, I'm running back to Oz.
In character, you say, roll to
Roll
convince
for
me.
What
I want
life
some
happened?
marbles. That's.
I don't even know.
Or
I'm
wait,
definitely.
let's see if I can make a better bargain.
I
You
forgot
don't have
about
a
the
helpful life
marbles.
path.
I
Okay,
don't
there
have
we
a
go.
helpful one.
If you
Okay.
don't want to roll, we can also make just a bargain of, all right, we can go and turn in Oz's parents and tell the Frost Shepherds everything. But if we're going to do that, I want something else from your help. I want you to help me convince the Frost Shepherds to take out the Death Cult.
Oh, deal. Yeah.
That's a big ass. So, like, this is. Those two things are not equivalent.
But he
Well,
immediately
hey,
said
Oz
yes.
just said yes. So...
No,
Yeah,
I'm
because
just saying in doing the action. It's like, yes, you can help go report a murder, but convincing the big organization to take out another big organization is like a much larger scope of task than.
Yeah, I mean, this Slush wants that to happen anyway. He wants the Frost Shepherds to attack the Death Cult anyway. So he just goes, okay, cool, yeah, that's a great deal. Best deal of the century.
Well, my point is, you have no leverage to make them.
Oh yeah,
Right,
they'll figure out how
but
to
it's just
actually do it
the
later. They
leverage
just
about,
said they'll do it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a future project, is all I'm trying to say. I'm saying,
Yeah,
like,
no,
this
he's
is-
not going to
you
do it
can't be-
right now.
Like, you can't just convince them as children, yes,
Oh,
go
no, no,
take out the church.
Yeah.
All right, well, okay, we can go, we'll report it, and then we'll go back with snacks.
Yeah. I was always going back with snacks. What, do I look like a liar?
At this point,
I never... Listen.
let's just go report it.
Yep. Yeah, so we go towards the store and hook a left at the armory where his mom is. And yeah, we report the murder, probably.
Yeah, so, well, you can't report a murder. You can report
Suspicious.
finding suspicion of like illicit activity and finding your uncle's armor in the scientist lab, because those are the only things you actually have any facts or evidence behind.
Uh-huh. And brains in jars that have Frost Shepherd information.
Yeah, but the scientist is weird. That's like, ooh, the weird. It's like, oh, the goat farmer had goat stuff. That's not a weird thing.
Depends how sensitive the Frost Shepherds are to that kind of thing, yeah.
The Frost Shepherds will be concerned that some of their classified information was on it. But
They'd be somewhat sensitive. Otherwise, why is the clone parent saying, "Don't tell them you're a clone"?
But the scientist having brains in jars in a town that murder is legal in is not that big of a, like, how did they get a brain kind of thing.
And listen, the one other thing that you guys need to know is I can tell you where the Death Cult's secret base is. And we don't know what you're doing with whatever that project is and all of those frost hearts that could be made into guns or anything like that, but well, if you're not doing anything specific, I mean, I know how to get you in.
Yeah,
They
you're
also-
talking to like the quartermaster, and she's like,
Yeah.
Slush's mom is like, this is well above my pay grade. I can put the report in about the armor you recovered, but that's about the scope of that here.
Okay, then what is the proper bureaucratic channel to put this in?
To request the tear down of a religious organization?
Yes.
There is no outside way to request that.
What about the paperwork to requisition an armed force put down a
Insurrectionist movement?
Yes. That's definitely a form, Mom. I know that.
Yeah, but you have to have like a time and date of an insurrection happening. Like they're planning a protest for now, or
We can get
assembling
that for you.
forces here.
We can get that for you. So we just need a time and place, right?
Or something actually happening, not just people doing normal stuff.
Don't worry, we can get that.
Also,
Fine,
can
if
I
you
have some marbles for some snacks?
Fine, like you get
Yeah.
like marbles and a form that is kind of archaic, and it's like technically the report form for like upcoming like insurrection.
So they have a form where you can report impending insurrectionist activities.
Yep.
Or suspected impending insurrection activities. This event might turn into an insurrectionist gathering or whatever.
Mhm.
So
It will
they
if
can
I
be
have
aware of
anything
it.
to do with it.
You're gonna tell to
Such
go
a
to your mom
dumb
and say,
form.
"Now is the chance. Now is the time to rise." Just don't be there in person.
By the way, did you know that all of these frost shepherds are artificially stopping the process of death by keeping their old people
Ooh.
alive?
Ooh, I
forever
like
and
that.
ever?
That's such a good idea.
You have no proof. Only a
Who needs it
brain
at this
TV.
point? You just show them brain TV.
You want to show your mom the brain TV you hooked up her secret spy network to?
It's okay.
Oh, Mom doesn't have to know. Just the rest of the skull people do.
I'm sure they'll be even
Anyhow.
more favorable towards us after that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nothing
so
bad could go wrong.
we come back with snacks.
Yep.
Some
And,
frost sprinkles and some shepherd pies, but not like
Yeah.
actual shepherd's pies. They're like a weird snack.
There's a snow cone, but it doesn't have any syrup or anything. Real snow cones for the frost shepherds are just snow.
Nice.
Yeah.
For the
And like moon.
for
and they're
the
just-
frost sprinkles, they're like blue pop rocks. I love it.
Yeah.
I was thinking all white like moon pies for the shepherd pies.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Hold on. I gotta
So-
put a new NPC on the list of dead uncle.
Yep.
What's in the dead list? I have a list of dead people.
Yeah,
Is
there
there a
is.
list of dead people?
The
There
imported
are.
dead.
Cool.
So-
I made a name for him.
I'm adding Rufus as a character. Rufus. What was I call him? Luminous Nimbus, I believe.
Yeah.
Rufus the luminous nimbus.
Perfect.
Here we go.
Yep.
Important
So
dead.
back at the lab, when your friends are gone, are you doing anything?
No, I think once I found the information, ooh, actually, if we want to, I don't know what we want to do next. So I think the only thing I would do is just try to like scavenge up something useful. I think I'll probably use the resources, um, try and like look for a makeshift, like if there's a frost laser pistol or something, or just like a taser.
Because resources only last for a scene, do you just want to like?
Oh, you're right,
because
because resources can just be a flashback. So yeah, I'm just like scavenging random things, and then if I need something, I'll just use resources to produce it later.
Yeah, so I think the other two make their way back to the lab.
Yep.
And Karina is looking very uncomfortable with this entire situation.
Yep.
Yeah, they're looking sketchy.
And I say, "Oh, you're back. What snacks did you get?"
Yep. We got some shepherd's pies and some
Frost sprinkles.
yes, frost sprinkles. I remember the name of the fake snack I made up.
Yes, and there's enough for 3 of us.
Good. Then we should eat. And what are we doing exactly next?
I don't.
What is our course of action?
I think we're waiting here for a bit.
Why?
What if here was a great idea, right? What if we want Karina wants the death cult handled, right?
Yes.
What if we tell them about how the frost shepherds are freezing people before they die?
That is a great idea, which we definitely didn't come up with on the walk here. We should go and do that.
I was trying to like fork it in, so it didn't seem like you wanted to bring it up, so I thought I'd bring it up.
Oh, right. Yes, let's go do that. Let's get the TV footage that we need of them bringing the frost hearts in and the Wikipedia article, and then we can go and tell my mom and the death cultists, and mom can get out, and the death cultists will go and rise up, and then we can fill out the insurrectionist form, which we got from the frost
Did something
in order
occur?
To that.
You two are acting very unusual.
During our walk, no, nothing occurred during our walk.
Nothing.
Did anything
during our walk.
occur in the store?
Nothing occurred in the store. Nothing occurred post walk.
You want to make a roll to try to see what you find out about?
It is technically not a lie.
Attitude?
I know it's technically not a lie. I would like to roll insight, please.
Please roll insight. Use your insight skill.
Yep, I totally have that.
Can we do an opposing test here? Because
Absolutely.
I have all of these social skills that are going to fail me hardcore here.
I think I'm going to use Nosy Explorer, because part of my exploration was people watching. Eavesdropping, they call it, but I call it people watching. So I have a firm scholarly analysis of how people tend to behave. That's completely... Yep.
Definitely how that works. Yeah.
Definitely. But I don't think I have anything else that will work. Oh, you know what I haven't used yet? Overtired. I will use that here against myself.
To make it harder?
Yes. So
right, okay.
So the other side gets a bonus success.
Yes.
Okay.
However, I think I'm going to also use Slacker to...
Okay.
I'm not trying.
So we'll just cancel it out then? Do we want to just cancel it out?
Yeah.
Well, are you... yeah, that's fine.
Because they're not affecting the dice. They're just successes at the end.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I think
whoever wins, no. So let's talk about intent, because that's going to be important for a versus test. So if Oz wins, you get some insight that they are in fact hiding something from you.
I don't know what, but yes.
That is if you meet the successes of the other side. Because you have to like you're the person doing things, and the other person's defending.
Okay.
Right.
So if you meet, you know something's up, and then you can ask them questions if you exceed.
And I can get some more,
win,
like,
it's more a
if it's
matter of
something about
nothing's
me or something with the lab, yeah, I get a bit more information about what weirded
Yeah.
them out.
Yeah.
'Kay.
And if they win, you can, like, if you exceed Oz by like 1, I guess you could pass it off as like, oh, we're just being a bit weird, but nothing's like a big red flag.
Well, you could also ask me questions in terms of like, oh, he's acting like he actually knows nothing or things like that.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you get beyond just 1, like if you get beyond Oz's, then I guess you can tell Oz what he thinks he sees you guys reacting to.
Okay.
So who do you want to roll the defense?
I mean, you're not that in sync about it. It seems like Karina is a little bit more, like, not good at the hiding thing here.
With the whole always tell the truth thing?
Yeah.
I would love to roll this. I'm likely going to fail it, but I would love to roll it all the same. I think a failure might be more interesting here.
Sure. I guess I'd be helping you then,
Okay, that sounds like a great idea.
because you would be the one to crack before.
Yeah, you'd be the one to
Oh, yeah.
crack.
I mean, I've already let a couple of things go, like, yes, we saw the cross shepherds in the middle here and got a form from them and a couple other things.
Yeah,
so.
because we had the idea on the walk,
Yes.
and then we went and got the appropriate form for the walk. Because I went to the Frost Shepherd store for snacks.
You need to fill out a form to go for a walk?
No, a form to
buy snacks?
It's the insurrection form.
Insurrection.
Yeah. Like, we had the plan on the walk to tell the Death Cult that the Frost Shepherds are stopping death, therefore bringing the Death Cult out of hiding and having the Frost Shepherds destroy the Death Cult, thus having Karina's mom be free.
Let's make
It's a
that
great
roll.
plan.
Yeah, let's make the roll. Okay, I'm going to be rolling Death Cult Born, which I think is a neutral life path. We are ignoring those minor conditions on both sides. I am going to use Frank as a hindering trait against myself, though.
Okay.
So that brings it down to 1 die, and I do have a read.
I didn't think using a hindrance trait reduces your dice, though. It just increases the ob.
Oh, you're right. So you have 1 bonus one, and
You're
I
using
still
2 against yourself?
have-
Or just the 1?
You already said you're using Slacker.
Slacker.
The minor condition and
Okay.
Frank is.
Okay, yeah. So yeah. So then I'll have +1. It's a net +1
Success.
for me. Yeah.
Yes, net
Plus 1
for you.
success.
Yes. Net +1 success, not dice. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm just rolling my I'm just rolling my flat 3 dice.
Well.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh!
5 is what that ends up being for me.
Well, that was certainly.
Oh, you can re-roll.
We can
if you think you're gonna
re-roll
be
though,
3.
because we have help.
You can re-roll if you want to.
I'm not likely to get better than 3 with 2 dice. Do you want me to re-roll with your help?
Remember, if you re-roll and get lower, that means I get to ask more questions.
Yep.
No, just keep the 3.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I got very lucky with
something's
my
up,
double
and
6.
you can ask 1 question of, like, probing information about it.
1 question? Okay.
Yeah, because if you met, you could just know something was up, and they were being purposely sketchy.
Yeah, but I got 5 successes, because 1 gets added after.
Oh, you're right, you get 2
Oh,
questions
true.
then.
So 2 questions.
Okay. So, I don't think this is... Or, actually, no, I think I will say it in character, but then your obvious nose tells me yes. Did something... Why are you acting weird about me, or the lab?
I mean, not directly about you. I mean, I didn't see anything in the lab, but I.
What did you find in the lab? And then I just, like, look at where your eyes glance. Without...
That one's over to you.
Yeah. Where do your eyes glance to? Out of the several things you found, where do you think you would look at first?
It would definitely be where the armor is.
Okay. So I follow that, and I walk over to the closed cabinet and open it, And there's no test tube or anything, so my secret's totally safe as far as I know.
No, there's 15 more open cabinets that have test tubes in them.
You didn't close them at all?
No, because they weren't relevant, right? You said your parent did cloning, and I took that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been here, so I've known they were open. And then, yeah, I think that's probably why I'm extra suspicious then, and why I got the sex.
You figure that we think you're a clone.
Yeah, and then I look at what you're weird about, and you're like, oh no, it's not that. It's whatever's behind here. And I open it, and there's the Frost Shepherd armor. And, I don't think Oz has seen this before.
Nope, you have not.
So, I look back towards both of you. Look back at it.
It's his uncle's.
It's. I look at Karina. I understand what she means, and look at Slush. This armor belonged to your uncle?
Yes, he's been missing for...
Roll a d6 number of years.
Yeah. No, number of years?
I don't know. Not
Oh, yeah. Number, yeah,
Number of
we'll say
months?
years.
months? Okay, months.
Oh, yeah, months. He's been missing for a month.
I see.
And you said the computer only has the information on it from the brains.
So you think that the brain, one of the brains in there is your uncle's brain?
Yeah.
That's probably true. I just say completely neutrally. It makes sense. That's why the information is there, and
Yeah.
it is the
So,
most efficient way to acquire that information.
are you okay with your parent murdering my uncle to put his brain in a jar?
We don't know how we acquired the brain or how your uncle died.
Do you...
Slush, we observed a duel to the death only, let's say, last week. There are many ways to acquire that brain without breaking the law.
So you think my uncle was part of a duel to the death with someone without telling anyone, and that is against Frost Shepherds aren't part of the death cult. And you just think he consented to have his brain put in a jar after his death? You're a smart person. What is the more likely outcome here?
Oz is quiet for a while, and eventually he says, my parent thinks only of themselves. They wouldn't... They would pick the most efficient option to acquire the brain, taking long-term ramifications into effect, no matter what.
That's good because we already told the Frost Shepherds that what we found here. I am definitely getting in trouble for that.
Yep.
And upon that mention, you see a little beep. Not a beep, but I guess you wouldn't have set up any sort of security system connected to the brain TV. Never mind.
Yeah. So I think I'm just in shock for a second, and then after being strangely... Oh, you're right. No, I thought I asked two.
No, you've asked one. What did we find in the lab?
Well, you
I
said
first
something-
asked,
you said it was
are you weird about me or something in the lab?
Okay.
And then my follow-up question was, what did you find in the lab?
Oh, okay.
So, no, I think I asked two. So I think Oz is just shocked. He's more shocked by this than the idea that his parent killed someone. And then he says, You did what? And then
Sorry.
is there like a knock at the door literally as I say that or something?
Basically.
Yeah. And then
Dramatic timing.
yeah, I jump and look at the door.
This is a knock again.
I motion like I'm going to the door.
Wait, I rush over to the door. I guess there can't be a computer next to the door. Let's say it's not. Maybe this door is just the only thing in the lab that's not ridiculously advanced, and it just has a regular, like, peek hole. So,
Yeah.
I get on my tiptoes and look through it.
I guess the Pico
closed
could,
closet.
like, depending on how weird or gross you want to be, the Pico could be connected to the TV.
Oh, it's just like an eyeball?
Yeah, well, I don't.
Oh. Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Oh no, I think I got it. The peek hole is glass, but in the overhang of the ceiling is a series of eyes pointed down.
Now, they're not
Moody's
they're not outright eyes because I think they're probably like
They're cyber eyes.
I was gonna actually
Yeah.
actually cyber eyes would be easier to connect anyways. Cyber eyes works. But any grossness is probably hidden behind like opaque glass.
Yeah, it was like mesh.
Yeah, because this is while it's outside the lab, so you hide the gross stuff outside the lab.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look at who it is. Either way.
Oh, it's like 3 frost shepherds.
So, do we hide the evidence, or do we show them where the armor is, or
No! You don't hide the evidence of a
Why
possible
did you call
murder!
the Frost Shepherds?
Because it's my
Because he said he'd help me get the death cult down.
And as you're arguing about this, you start hearing from the arbor like a high-pitched like alarm sound.
Oh, they activated the proximity alarm.
They activated the Find My Armor.
Yeah, Find My
armor.
Armor app. Why did you take that contract to develop it for them?
Listen, Oz, if this doesn't have anything to do with you, it's about your parent. You don't like your parent anyway.
As we're pounding, it's like we can hear it in there.
I am my parent.
I'm going to go for the door.
I
I'm stuck
literally am going to hide in a cupboard. That is what I'm
Yeah,
going
so
to do.
You close
Gonna cover
yourself
with
in
a
a clone tube.
Yeah.
Please, yes.
Back in the place where you were birthed.
I get in one of the tubes that.
I don't think you have to be in a tube.
Okay.
There's like space around them.
Yeah.
You can like close yourself in with it.
Yep,
Go
that's
into an
what I
empty
do.
tube.
I do not want to be. Yeah. Nope. And I also actually, if I have time, I rush to close all the doors with the tubes in general.
I was doing that already, so.
Okay, yeah. So we rush, close all the
People
doors,
do it, then yes, you can.
and then in the last door when I close it, I close myself in with it.
And I'll stand in front of it awkwardly. Which is definitely a help.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, I will just open the door.
Do we want to go to break with this, or how do we want to do this?
Sure.
We're a bit early. Okay.
Yeah. So you open the door, and because you took so long, the first thing that happens is the Frost Shepherd, like, comes in and they push you up against the wall while the other two come in to, like, secure
I'm
the
the
rest
one
of the
who
room.
called you here.
Hey, wait, that's Slush. He's. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm just going, unhand me. I called you here. I reported it.
Ignoring your complaints, they muscle their way over to the beating armor. What's the Frost Shepherd's communication device? Do they have one?
And
We haven't
mechanical
established
man.
that yet.
I don't know if they do.
Ooh.
I don't think it would make.
I have an idea.
You think
The
they
radio
have one?
butterfly.
How about this?
It's not the.
Let's start with.
I have an
Do
idea.
you think they have one?
Yes, it's the radio butterflies, but it's the while they're in a cocoon. And they put it over their ear.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
They put a butterfly cocoon over their ear, and then they have to get new ones every time they hatch.
I think there are about the same idea, but I think it's a one message per cocoon kind of thing.
You say
Oh, they're
what you wanna
like
say,
sending
and-
stones.
and
Yeah.
it hatches into the.
And it hatches into the butterfly, and then we'll go deliver
And
it like a carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
but for one message per cocoon. So they find the armor, they pulls out the cocoon, and he whispers something into it, and the butterfly like emerges from it, and
That's great.
flies out of the door. I think that's where the break is.
Okay.
Say that they secured the armor.
Perfect. All right. They probably might have like a bag of these things to just send a bunch of messages if they need to. Okay, we'll go to break. We'll be back in a few minutes with part 2. This is definitely getting very tense.
And weird.
Very weird. Okay. We'll be back. We are back. There we go. Welcome to part 2 of episode 5. Yeah.
So to begin with, the Frost Shepherds start doing the cop thing where they just go through and they want to take everyone in and grab everything they can get their hands on from the lab. So
just draw a chalk line around the entire building. Yeah.
So what do you do? Let's go around the horn and see what do we do?
I will attempt to out bureaucracy them.
Okay, that seems like the intent. But what are you actually doing?
I'm basically yelling at them like, "Do you have any idea who my mother is? I'm the one who reported this crime.
My mother will hear about this."
Yeah, he's basically saying, I reported this crime. It's about my uncle. You got it through my mother, right? Like, I'm obviously not involved in this in any way. You have all my information already. Go fuck yourselves. That's basically what he's doing.
Yeah.
Take what you want from here. I don't care.
I understand what you're attempting to do. But that's something that could be sorted out. That's like a sort out at Garrison solution.
Are we at the Garrison right
so would
now,
that be like we're still in
You're at the lab. You're right. We are at the lab. And we're trying to figure out what happens after they bust in and start trying to get a handle on it. These are not the people who investigate. These are people that pick everything up.
They're just following orders.
I am standing awkwardly in front of the cabinet and trying to prevent them from opening it behind me and finding Oz.
Yeah, finding Oz. But for Slush's, I wanted to resolve Slush's idea of trying to out-bureaucracy them. That would be a way to get out of trouble for this scenario. But it's not a way to avoid heading to the garrison from here. Like, you may not go in handcuffs or anything, but you're going to have to come down to the garrison to confirm any of this.
I'm trying to see if there's any way. Can I just like cause enough of a disturbance with them to have the others get away?
Oh, you want to distract them?
Definitely. You could turn this argument into a distraction.
Yeah. That's basically what I want to do, because they could take whatever they want from in here, right? I need my friends to get away, so we're not all in custody for no reason. Because I could talk my way out of custody.
So you're going to, like, sacrificially get yourself into custody?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
And so with the short roll here, we can turn this into a distraction that the other two can use to...
Link test?
Link test provides advantage.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
So if you succeed this test, the rolls to escape will have advantage.
Okay.
And if you fail, we'll have disadvantage.
Yes. If you fail, will be disadvantage.
I would like to use Garrisonborn because I know how to talk like a Frost Shepherd.
Yes.
I am also using my authority skill.
Sure.
My
do we pose authority?
I'm trying to. So authoritative as a trait probably won't work here, or will it? I'm not. I'm just trying to speak authoritatively to get the distraction off.
Okay.
I'm just being an asshole.
Sure. I don't know.
Okay.
You're at, what, 7 dice?
And then can I get the bastard in there too?
Whatever, yeah, 8 dice.
I want my friends to run.
Gonna be 8 dice, 3... Yeah.
All right. So we have advantage to sneak out.
You have advantage to speak away.
So I
Yep.
can tell that this is being made as a distraction. I'm going to say that's fairly obvious.
I
So I
can
guess I'll
hear
open the
what's
cupboard
going on. Yeah.
quickly and like gesture, let's go. Which of us should make the roll? I've got.
I
nothing
thought it might have
for
been each of us, but yeah, we are together. You're right.
Are you
Yeah,
working
let's just do a
together
health
on
roll.
escape? Well, wait, you both get to decide. Are you working together to escape, or are you escaping individually?
I'd say together.
Let's say
It's
together.
yeah. I think
That'll make the ob harder, but you get advantage.
Yep, that's fair.
I assume advantage stacks.
It gives us each a
No, it
reroll. I think.
doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't stack. Okay.
No, it doesn't stack.
Then would it be better if we did it separately?
I think it'd be better if you guys did it separately because you each get advantage already.
At least on dice it does.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll sneak off separately. I'm gonna try and find I'm skinny, so I'm gonna try and find a ventilation shaft that I can squeeze through, or something similar. I'm
Oh,
just gonna.
there's definitely a tube or something that feeds
Yeah.
into the clone thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna find like a weird, very small
Probably
kid
probably like a
thing.
air shaft or a gas line or something.
Yeah, and it's something, unfortunately, I don't think even Karina could fit through. So that's why we split up. And I'm gonna try and get through
You
that.
try to squeeze your way through like the ventilation tube.
Yep. I think I'll use Nosy Explorer. That's how I kept getting out of the lab when I wasn't supposed to explore.
Cool. That makes more sense than lab grown.
Yep.
For like using it as an escape route.
Yep.
You get 3 dice. You get 1 for skinny.
And I think that's all I have. What's the op? To escape.
The average person could do it. So it starts at 0. And it's going to be moderate to overcome for 2.
Okay. Op 2, 4 dice, 1 advantage. Alright, I have that advantage.
Yeah.
There we go.
You did it.
Fail a roll. And you squeeze your way out the vent shaft.
Yep.
And you find yourself poking up behind a garbage can outside.
Okay. Perfect.
Wait, the cloning vat vent shaft goes to a garbage can?
Oh yeah, it pumps gross clone gas out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Either way,
no,
I
rejects clones out.
yeah, I am able to escape. Is
Yeah, but only
Karina.
because you have the skinny, only because you're so skinny. Like, a normal person could not squeeze through there.
That's correct. And when
There's
I'm
also,
fully grown, I probably won't be able to either.
Yeah,
But I can now.
and you know this, because you've done this a bunch of times. But inside, there's definitely, like, a little electrical fence made of 100% electricity that stops the rats.
That is fair. Are there cyber rats?
Yes.
Of course there's cyber rats.
Perfect.
What do you think the cyber hawks eat?
You're right. I apologize. Okay.
So,
All
Karina,
right, I
how
think-
do you escape?
I think I'm going to have to start this guy off with a deeds test of just a focus for, I guess, urban stealth and getting around the city a little bit more. I'm just kind of pulling off of the wilderness survival, but I don't think that really fits as well, so.
Sure.
Okay. So, focus for the character. I guess what is the op I'm looking at?
This one doesn't have the overly coincidental one, which I feel like would apply here, but it doesn't have it for deeds test.
Hmm. Is
Yeah.
this using the wrong microphone?
So probably 2. Obstacle 2, it seems. And what life
Right.
path are you basing this off of?
I think I'm gonna go off of the wilderness survival again there, because that's the makes most sense to stealth and sneaking and being quiet.
Yeah, so for city
It's
stealth,
just
what's the actual? Let me clarify. What's the actual focus going to be called?
let's just go with stealth straight up.
Stealth. Okay, so you're gonna get the full dice to get stealth.
Yep. Okay, so just ob2, 3 dice. Let's roll it. One. Well, it worked.
Yay.
And that is enough that at least I can use it to have a decent chance to get out of here. I am literally just going to try and, sneak behind them while they're distracted and get out the door and just kind of like hope that the distraction has been enough that there's no one standing right by the door anymore. And yeah.
Might cause enough of a resisting arrest to get more people in.
Exactly. I mean,
I'm
I
using
don't know
my
of any.
privilege to help my friends get away from the cops.
Alright, we're gonna say that's gonna be 3 or 4. I haven't quite made up my mind to just like walk around them as they're arguing and walk out the door behind them.
Yeah, I admit it's not a great plan, but I don't know anything about this place where I am.
Huh. Apparently my, on OBS my mic has been picking up my keyboard, which I didn't know. So I had to up my noise gate, which is unusual. Discord has been fine, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just on OBS, I think. Hopefully it's been very quiet. Like, it's been picking up on the sound thing, but it might still be not really hearable on
So
broadcast.
4
Great.
to walk around 3 adults having a conversation with a child and have them not notice you.
Yep. So I'll use the scout guard, I'll use the stealth, which I think is 4 on 4. And
Do you have any
With
traits?
advantage.
Yeah, with advantage.
yeah, 4 on 4 with advantage. My traits are hopeful, frank, and trusting, so I don't think they're that useful in this case.
You're hopeful. Look at you,
Yeah.
hopeful. This is a
Okay,
very
hopeful.
plan.
5 on 4. Let's give it a shot.
Oh.
Not quite, but let's try it again. Okay, this is an op roll. I'll use Persona. AKA, I want out.
No. Oh, do you have any more?
One more. I have 3 more. I am giving at least 1 more. Come on!
Yeah, see, you try to sneak by, just like a gauntleted hand grabs the back of your shirt.
Yeah, and I think I will save the other 2 Persona for other maybe important roles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Oz, where do you go?
Okay, firstly, if someone wants to check the OBS thing, do I still sound normal on the actual stream?
I'm waiting
for
for
the
it to catch up.
interruption. Okay.
You sound fine on stream. You might be a little louder than the rest of us, but that's okay.
Yeah, I am. Can't. The volume icons are. I have to mute myself. I physically can't lower the volume myself. That's very strange. Okay. You know what it might be? Probably is. It's that fact that the mic is going both Discord and OBS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way.
It is fine, though.
But if I sound fine, Oz is going to head to. Well, he wants Karina to sneak out. I think he's going to head to the clubhouse first, just as a rendezvous. If he's not there for a long time. The others have definitely memorized how to get through the mine. They've been through it twice, and that's more than.
That face Indigo made was not very comforting.
Oh, I was gonna say you get to the clubhouse, so you can sit there for as long as you want, but both of them aren't getting out of the Frost Shepherds without like a thing.
Yep, and I don't know that, so I guess I just wait outside, like hidden in like cyber bushes.
Tank top.
Cyber bushes.
Isn't that how you get into it?
Yeah, but I wait. Well, I probably wait sort of outside the building and see where the others, what happens to the others. And upon seeing that it didn't work, I think Oz is going to go try to do the plan. I think he's gonna go try to talk to the death cult.
Just by himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
Let's keep up with that. What is the death cult? How do you go about this?
We never found another exit, I believe.
I don't think so. I think we just have that
cut.
one way in.
Yeah.
Just the one way.
And that's probably
in.
very intentional.
There's definitely more ways in.
We didn't find any.
Yeah, you have not explored any of them, but there are like other tunnels and stuff.
Okay. Well, I think it's time to talk with my old acquaintance. Gonna circles up the opportunist, who is both the town mayor and a member of the death cult. Because both of those things were previously mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go talk to him because he's also my landlord, effectively.
Cool.
So he can probably my connection in. Where would I find? I mean, Circles is I know how to find him, technically. So I guess I'll just Circles up. I know how to get in touch with the opportunist.
Yeah.
Nosy Explorer is of course what I'm using for Circles in this case. What would my obstacle be? And I think I just roll my life path no matter what it is, I think.
Yeah. So, what is the circles? So it starts at 1. They have a specific life path. And higher social station.
Yep.
They're the mayor.
Yep. Okay. So Ob 3.
3 versus 3 works.
Ob 3, 3 dice.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. I don't think I have any. Nope, nothing. Well, I have a bit of fate left. Let's see if this works. Gonna spend a fate. Gonna spend a fate.
Yeah, it's taxed.
It's my last fate.
No,
I think it's
you get it with
taxed.
2. You can get it with 2, but it's
Oh.
taxed.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit of time, but you do run into the opportunist. He wasn't home when you went knocking.
Mm-hmm. Or was he?
Out chasing down an opportunity. I don't know.
Okay. But I know how to
You
get in
don't
touch
know
with him,
either.
right?
Yeah, you don't know either, but you do run into him.
Okay.
But
So,
it's like you run out to look at some other places, and like you catch him heading back home.
yeah. Now we need a name for the opportunist. We need a name that fits the grease ball that he and revels in. What are we thinking?
I don't think he
Now that
actually
he-
does
now that
need
he's
the name.
actually
I
on
think he's
screen.
the opportunist for the entirety of
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
just
that-
what he's called, even as mayor.
Because if anyone knows his
Mayor
name,
opportunity.
they'll know how to get to him. He's just the opportunist.
Perfect. Okay. Then yeah.
Or Randy. We can go the other way, and his name is
Randy.
just Randy.
I kind of dig Randy, but no one knows if it's actually his real name. He just will always look up when someone calls a name and always respond to like anyone calling him anything.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, he responds to any name.
Yep. Okay. Then I think I'm gonna say like, yes, Randy. Good. I was seeking you. I really, really need to speak with the what was her name? Death's Chosen. With Death's Chosen about an opportunity that might be very, very good and concerns her family. Do you happen to know a way I could speak with her? I know you know everybody in town. Hello?
Yeah, so I think he has a way that he could get in touch, or at least get to. I don't know if he has like a direct line of
Yeah, he's
communication.
probably more like only a member on paper.
Yeah.
Oh,
But he
you know
can
what it
get-
is? He's a high rank, but only because he donated so much money. Not really
Like,
donated. He bought his rank.
yeah, he bought rank into it, and most of the money went to building their underground complex. So
Yep.
he has a way in.
Yep.
He can walk you through some tunnels to get down there.
Okay.
But I do want like an odd one. Do you think we need a roll for that? Or do you think he'll just do it?
The opportunist never does anything for free. Opinion.
Yeah, so then you need a roll to get him to do it for you.
Yeah, or owe him a favor,
Roll
or
to
some
see how high the
marbles.
price is.
Owing him marbles is far better than owing him a favor. How much advantage he'll take over.
Yeah, if
Something
you
is vague.
succeed, you just owe him a bag of marbles.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And depending, so you need one. Oh, we're gonna say you need one.
Yeah, we already know each other, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you need one success to just pay him some marbles and get through this, and he'll take you down. Or you want something more.
Okay. I think I'll use Nosy Explorer for this, which I don't think is particularly helpful or unhelpful, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the neutral.
Then do this. Okay. So yeah, I owe him a bag of marbles.
I think you just pay him a bag of marbles.
That's fair. Yeah.
Well, I guess not even an O. You just hand him your bag of marbles. Like,
Yep.
I
That's
need to get
okay.
down there.
I don't do anything for free, kid. Give me your marbles.
Yep. How rare are these? Anyways, he starts
Like
counting.
whatever you got in your pocket is like what he wants
Yeah.
from you.
Yep.
And
Okay.
that's what you give him.
So, I guess he starts. Would he lead me there, or is he too busy and just gives me the directions?
He walks you to like the front of the tubes
Okay.
because it's like built underground. So he walks you to like the entrance to the tunnel, and it's like I gotta go make dinner.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect.
catch you next time, kid.
Yep. All right. Then, yeah, I will follow that down, but I'm curious to know what the others are up.
Yeah. So we catch back up with the other two sitting in a waiting room in the Frost Garrison.
It's like that, like
It looks
in
like
the
the guy
chair.
sitting at the door. Like there's a guard at the door, so you can't just like get up and leave. You're sitting in the waiting room, and they're gonna want to like talk to you, but you've already been here for like an hour.
Just look at the name on the form.
I don't think that's really going to work, but I might have another idea. I would. What's the role? Would like to resources test up that lighter again?
We're not burning down the Frost Shepherd garrison.
Well, blame it on the death cult. It'll be fine.
No.
Yeah, it's a distraction.
I would like to resource up the light.
Yeah, it's off 2, and you get a bonus die.
Is there like?
Beautiful.
I imagine there's like a death cultist here, still in full robes. Like, it was terrible. I don't know what happened. I just suddenly started catching on fire. It's the same person as before, and then they're like, "No, it's happening again."
No, it's just the two of y'all in the office in
Okay.
this room. There's like some not so comfortable chairs, like a water cooler.
There we go. I have a light.
Can you please just go to the armory and get my mother, and she'll explain everything to you?
It's just kind of
Your way first.
there's just like the guard has like that full helm on. It isn't really saying anything to you.
I'm not talking about you personally. I mean, have someone go do this.
Look, who you've got here is a frost shepherd. He's one, like, Slush here is one of you. He's got the card for the groceries and everything. You don't
I'm a
need
card-carrying member of the Frost Shepherd. I pull out my
like,
card.
he can keep me in custody or whatever you need while you go and get this sorted out. When this is all over, you're going to be thanking him. I mean, he was
Can I
one
just get
who...
a paper? If you need a statement, I will write my statement down on a piece of paper. Please, for the love of all that is old, please.
I mean, by the end of this, I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting his name back.
Yeah, that's just the full helmed guard.
Okay, I think it's time for my way.
You need a roll to get him to talk to you. You have to do something to get him to talk to you. Without changing the circumstance, the guard's not going to talk to you. You have to talk to the guard to get out of the situation. But unless you do something to change the situation, the guard is just like, I'm just going to ignore the people that I'm supposed to be watching until someone knocks on the door and asks for one of them.
Okay, do you know of Counselor Crayola? Yeah, I saved his life, buddy. So, could you please just take my statement and let us go? Because that's all you need from us is a statement, which I've already given, but I'll give again for some fucking reason. I'm trying to, like, authority my way through this.
So, that's the intent, but it seems like your task is just to talk and talk and talk until
just wear him down.
Yeah, wear him down. I'm an asshole. I will wear this person down.
Yep. All right. So yeah, we can make a roll on that. I think this is some expert level assholeness, but it's not that hard. So I'm 3, and
Okay.
they'll expedite your form filling out.
Yep.
Now you are faced with the full bureaucracy of this.
Yep.
Fully
Garrison
armed.
board. I'm using my authority skill, and I'm the bastard.
Yes, those are both true statements. Roll your massive pile of dice to be a tool.
I'm only rolling 7 dice, thank you.
As I said.
Yeah, I would call that massive.
Yeah, so eventually you get...
Oh.
That's a lot of dice.
It is. It's also not showing, as I've just discovered.
It's
How am
not-
I just discover? No, it's showing the dice. What it's not showing is the successes under those dice. How am I just discovering all these things now? Oh, boy.
Oh.
Because you touched the overlay.
I suspect them.
You don't touch things. That's
There we
the
go.
problem.
5 successes.
Yeah, I just pretentious douchebag my way through bureaucracy.
Yeah, so you get the forms to fill out for a written statement, and depending on the results of the investigation, you're informed that they might come call upon you later for a follow-up if they have questions.
That's fine.
You know, much as I hate to admit it, your way was probably better. I didn't see much to burn, anyways.
Yeah, if you started a fire, he just would have punched us. That's what he would have did.
Well, no, because he wouldn't have known it was. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
We're the only 3 in the room.
Yeah, so after you get out of the Frost Shepherd garrison, you both have to fill out these forms about what you saw and what happened and blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Where do you guys go?
The rendezvous point.
There isn't one.
I would say the clubhouse is a reasonable place for us to go. Yeah.
Yeah, and just like the last time someone went to the clubhouse, you hang out
No
there
one
for
there.
a bit, and you realize Oz is not coming.
Can I use deeds if needed to flash back to having left a note, or is that fine to just have done?
I mean, sure, you could leave a note, I guess.
Just like, hey,
But-
in case you get here and I'm already gone, I went to go find my own way in.
Yeah, you can leave a note saying you're headed to the death cult if you wanted to have informed them about that.
Yep,
Well,
that's
if
what
he's
I'll do.
finding his own way in, let's just take the, normal way. I
Okay.
mean, we're allowed to now, aren't we?
Way that involves you setting someone on fire.
No. Well, yeah, no, not this time. The way that involves me wandering through saying, "Hi, I'm the daughter of the death cult leader. Can I see her now?"
Are you allowed
Yeah.
in now?
I don't know,
think-
sure. Sure. Yeah, so I think the all 3 of you can make it in front of the office building about the same time.
Yeah, I mean, we could just say we have some very important information regarding death for Death's Chosen via Death's Chosen's daughter.
And
And
I
then-
will only tell my mom.
Yep.
Okay. I have a feeling I might have... Well, no. The only reason
Is
I
there
think...
anything you wanted to do there first?
I was going to say, if I get there first, is there something I would do? Checking my beliefs. Yes?
Oh,
Sure,
beautiful.
you
Good.
can. Yeah, if there's something you want to do, yes, you can arrive shortly before them.
Perfect. Well, I don't like the Frost Shepherds, so I don't want the Frost Shepherds to die from this. I don't want the Death Cult to die from this. I want the Frost Shepherds to die from this, or both. I don't care about both. So none of us have really told the Frost Shepherds that the Death Cult is. But I'm totally
The death cult is coming.
You're right. I just
Until we tell the death
Don't-
cult the death cult isn't coming. We're just orchestrating it all.
either way.
The plan, yeah, it's like we have to tell the Death Cult to go here, fill out the form that the Death Cult's coming to attack here.
Yep.
The Frost Shepherds.
You probably would have wanted to already deposit that form.
Oh yeah, we probably could have done that.
Either way.
We'll beat
Um,
it if we have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am going to try to talk to Death's Chosen alone, I think, then. Because I don't know that the others are following.
I don't know if you could pull that one off
I mean,
without, in the time you
I
have
think a roll.
before the other 2 get there.
I could start the conversation before they get there, maybe. I don't know how
Well, I
long.
just don't know.
It seemed to me like they were waiting in for quite a while.
Yeah, I just don't know how but you also have to find the opportunist.
That's true.
I think that the time makes sense. The thing that would be tricky for me is getting into the office, Sam, without
Yeah.
guard.
Yeah.
But I'd say just roll for it.
My issue without doing something to make it happen.
Yeah.
Without Karina, you have no direct access to Death's Chosen.
Okay. Then I am going to say the truth. I am going to say Karina has been captured by the Frost Shepherds, and I have information about them. I'm just gonna try and convince them to let me in by using Karina and Death's Chosen's name, like connection, and get them to let me in.
Sure. Yeah, you can you can cause a whole kerfuffle, and you can sit with some Death Cult guards and Death's Chosen and whatever, trying to figure out the like they captured my kid. We got a cult meeting about it.
Perfect.
But yeah, we need a roll to try to make that happen, to make them believe you. Which I don't think it's that hard of a task.
I don't think I have a life path that specifically is being convincing or talking my way into places, so I think I only have 2 dice with Nosy Explorer.
Yeah, I think you probably need... Alright, I'm gonna poll the group. Is this 1 or 2? To get them worried enough to actually bring out Death's Chosen. Or
Probably...
I think actually 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2. Because I think if you do 1, you'll get people to like start mobilizing. But they're not gonna bring her out.
You say. To care about what you say, you need 1 success.
Getting into
to actually, someone will listen to me at 1 success.
To care about what you say enough to actually get like an audience with Death's Chosen about it. Like, this won't be in our office. This will be like at the Death Police Station or whatever.
Death Police.
Yep. Okay.
You do not want to be incarcerated there.
No, you do not. They will just ask you, what's your preferred way to die?
There was one, response for crime.
Very likely. I think I'm wondering if Pitfall Wise helps here when it comes to, once again, I happen to know, they don't know me very well, but I know the name of the
I'd say Pitfall Wise is a helpful skill.
Okay. That gives me 3 dice, which is enough.
Can you leverage your relationship with me? Like, do we have a formal...
I think that makes it possible, honestly.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cancel this and go 3 dice. Okay. Good roll.
Less guards than expected in the room.
Well, I'm talking my way in, so they... Oh, with the extra success. Yeah, maybe. We don't have to do
you're in a room with, like, a couple cult members, like, I don't know, they're not, like, explicitly, like, guards, but, like, a couple cult members, you're talking to them about, like, oh, Korea's been captured, you get brought to some cult, some church office, and they do go and fetch Death's Chosen. So yeah, now you're in this room and there's 4 people in it, and, like, some chairs and stuff.
Okay.
Like a framed picture of a skull.
Yep. So I say, Death's Chosen, Karina, your daughter, been captured by the Frost Shepherds. Furthermore, we have discovered what their project is. And...
Okay, the Death Cult knows what the project is because you found out what their project is by stealing Death Cult information.
Yes.
So they know about the inverse.
They know it's a ziggurat, but... And they might say that. They're like, yes, but do you know what's going in the inverse ziggurat? This, because I still have it on me, is a frost heart. And I go on like... It's like I am a professor in a university or something. I just like, and this is what it is used for. And then I start getting unnecessarily dramatic with my telling them what's happening.
You're a detective at the end of,
Yeah.
And here's the reveal.
Exactly. Except we all know, it's just they don't. And then I of course specifically lead it into, and with this, they seek to crush death itself. All of them avoiding death, staying away from the necessary end of things.
I don't think you've actually figured out what the project is supposed to do. You just know, like, all of the
I can convince them that this is what the project is, because I actually genuinely think it is. I'm not lying. I am just jumping to conclusions.
Fair. Yeah, you can jump to a conclusion about it, but you have confirmation about it.
Yeah, so I tell them, like, no, they're trying to avoid death itself. That's obviously bad. I know you think it's bad. And then I say, and the Frost Shepherds came here after, I heard, though I am young, your own pit was flooded long ago from beneath. when you fought with the aqueduct guards. Use that tactic against them as they dig deep below. Flood their pit. Kill all of the frost shepherds there, and those dig for them.
Like that's there's some comment about how that's very dramatic, kid, because that's all so very.
And yeah, I immediately dropped the persona on that comment. I'm like, oh, yes, I thought it was appropriate.
It's like I mean, it is dire, but it's not dire enough for eliminating all of the people that we know that are like, because it's like there's Death Cult is working on this project. The Death Cult is a religion, and the working on the Winter Project wasn't optional.
Don't you not have any problems with your own people dying either? Isn't that welcome too?
I mean, it's not that they wouldn't make. It's not that the god doesn't wait for all of them. It's that there's other stuff we gotta do.
Yes, but this plan with the frost
You want us
shepherd
to
seeks
kill the
to
noodle
outweigh
guy.
death. The who?
The noodle guy for your dramatic plan.
No, just drive the frost shepherds out of the village by flooding their first ziggurat.
It's the normal people of this village that are making the inverse ziggurat, and
Then we need to draw them in there. The frost shepherds.
yeah, we could do something. We're just not gonna flood the whole thing and kill everyone there, because we still need noodles to be cooked, and we still need the floors swept.
Then what
Yes.
is your plan?
We just found out about this, kid.
So did I. I already have at least 2.
But you can't do anything, so we're gonna figure it out. Okay.
Okay, now I want to try and actually roll to make an angry speech to convince them to attack frost shepherds.
Yeah, well,
we
but they're
teach
going to do something
bureaucracy?
about it, but it's like go through church bureaucracy about it, and not bureaucracy, but like the process of like deciding there's actually go through a committee. You're like, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of moving parts to figure out what to do that's not going to like cull half the town.
Then I tell, in that case, I want to leave, but I want to leave them with a scathing remark.
Oh, my point is, pretty shortly, at some point during this conversation, your two counterparts also
Okay, that's fair.
like arrive.
Yeah.
You had a short window to try to like pitch your idea.
Okay.
And then those two arrive. So you pre-tell them a problem. So if you want to make a quick roll based on what you've already said for some intent,
Yeah.
like for something you want to convince them specifically to believe.
Then in fact, in that case, what I do is I don't leave, but I do make the scathing remark: bureaucracy, you're just like them.
You want to make them feel bad about having a committee for a group decision.
Yes. Yes, I do. The death cult, as it first started, was reckless. You've all forgotten your heritage.
Okay, yeah. So you can make that
Formal.
roll.
Yeah. Is this a death cult or is this a bake sale?
So are we? I'm sorry. Are we ushering souls to the afterlife? Or are we making cookies? What are
Yep.
we doing?
I thought this was Mad
Noodles.
Max.
Might be fancy noodles, but I didn't think this was a noodle cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What joint
If
that
we
noodle
lose
cult?
noodles to the great being that wants the noodle man's soul, I think we should give it to him.
So I think my intent for this, if it works, could just be a linked test to help you two when you also make your case to them. if that works, to just like make them feel bad about the bureaucracy and make like more.
Well, what it would be would give them a condition. Would give Death's Chosen.
I don't think PCs or NPCs have conditions, do they?
They can get conditions.
No, they can.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So success of Ob 3 will give Death's Chosen the condition bureaucratic guilt.
Perfect.
Bureaucratic guilt.
Okay. Then I have, I think, 2 dice, because I don't have it again. I'm not a talker. I have no good talking life paths. I will, however, add in, Pitfall-wise, I will name, like, events in Pitfall's history where the Death Cult has succeeded due to its recklessness.
Yeah, I think failing is shut down by the Delta. So you're failing this will grant you a condition as well.
That's fair.
Like ignored by the cult.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Good with me? Curious. I don't think Know-It-All will help any more than Pitfall-wise already does. I don't.
Pitfall-wise does the work on that front.
So I think I'm good. Okay. 3 dice. Ob 3. Whew!
Nice.
Can't fail any
There we
roll.
go.
Okay.
And on that scathing comment, the doors swing.
Yeah, there's the silence in shock as many of the death cultists are like, wait, is he right?
Yeah, and then you see another death. At that point, another death cultist like shuffles in and like whispers into whoever's in charge. I guess Karina's mom's ear, as like you can just hear whispering. He's like, "Yeah, just go get them." And then he shuffles back out, and then he shuffles back in with you two following him.
Was you got out?
Nice.
So did you. You're not imprisoned?
We were. Listen,
You were never
bureaucracy's a bitch.
imprisoned.
No, but I will say we were. We were wrongfully put in interrogation room.
Not even your waiting room.
Yeah, we were wrongfully put in a waiting room.
How dare they?
Mom, I need to talk with you.
I think your friend has already filled us in about the ice coffins, was it?
That's definitely good to know, but I need to talk with you. Alone.
Can this wait? We got sort of a
No, this can't wait.
crisis of faith
This is
happening.
mother-daughter stuff. Like, we need to talk. I need your authoritative.
Listen, is it not right for the chosen of death to bring her wisdom to her daughter, who perhaps may also be chosen by death?
To
We
her
don't know.
successor.
Her successor.
Add on to that.
Yes.
Could this wait?
Death's
Could this wait a
successor.
sec? Could this wait till after we figure out what we're doing about the
Death
ice
waits for
coffins?
no one.
And death waits for no one, and death waits for all.
Yeah,
I like
alright,
quote
you
one of their
know,
scriptures.
Okay, basically to pull her away from this religious crisis about the Frost Shepherds subverting death. An obtuse test to pull her away for a private conversation.
I think both of us are helping by just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
The two are helping.
We're trying to make it
Hey,
more
the other two
socially
are
acceptable.
Yeah, the other two are helping. for sure.
Okay, I'll roll Death Cult Born. I technically don't have a relationship with Mom.
No,
I do have Death Cult Wise, so I'll go with 4 dice, and you said 2 and 2 help, so
one advantage.
yes. Well, that did it.
Yep. So yeah, Mom pulls you
So
into the corner of the room, and with a hushed tone, she asks, "What is it?"
I'm hoping not to get her just out of to a corner of the room. Like, I want to get her to her office. Like, out,
You best she
away
gets the
from
hallway.
Pardon?
Best she can get the hallway, like out of this room with all the
Okay,
people.
hallway
in it.
will work. As long as you two are coming with me, I'll then
We are?
go. Okay, Mom.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was just you. You can.
I also was under that impression that it was just you
Yeah,
two.
same.
Yeah.
If it is just me, that's fine.
Yeah.
but-
Okay. My point is, it is an
Then I'm pitching
easier
it.
ask to get your mom out of the room just to talk to you. It's harder to get her to pull out of the room to talk to you and your friends.
I'll leave it with just me then and ditch you two for the.
Yeah.
You can keep berating them about the bureaucracy for me. Thanks.
I would like to help draft war plans that are obviously in the Frostshipper's favor.
Yeah, all of you and the people in the all of you two and the cultists, the most that's gonna happen is awkwardly stare across the desk because no one's in charge enough to make any decisions in there.
Wait. Is there a need of an authority?
There's a vacuum of authority.
Yes, I will be the authority after we have your seed.
Beautiful. All right, Mom, it's time to go. You know what we were talking about? This is it. This is the time where you leave the Death Cult because they are about to be wiped out with the Frost Shepherds, and whatever happens, this is not going to be good, so you are going to leave now. Come on. I'll grab her arm and start towing her.
Oh, you're trying to literally run right now? I don't even know. I think that's a roll. Just to
I think.
I would say it's probably a roll to convince her. I probably have a bonus from the incredible amount of guilt I left her with last time.
Yeah. This is where I want a steal test.
Yeah, she's definitely shocked at first.
Yeah, she's shocked at first. This is why I want a steal test so she can roll steal and then
We want to just straight up invent one?
Well, we could also just make a roll for you to convince her.
yeah,
Not
that's what I'm saying.
it's not.
It's
I could imagine. Okay, I could imagine the role would encompass like for however long she hesitates. It's definitely eventually she'll stop and be like, hang on a second, and the role could also encompass convincing her then if you wanted to do both.
Yeah. So yeah, to use the rules of the game we are playing though, without trying to invent a steal system. So it's going to be you making a roll. You will get a bonus die from the shaming by your friend earlier about them not making about her specifically not making decisions and relying on committees and blah blah blah.
Okay. Can I get a bonus die from the failed steal test of the last time we interacted with her? And the condition, I think, got left with her?
Did she get left with the condition?
I think
I
you
don't
did.
remember if she was an NPC, but I think she did.
Did we write it down?
I don't think
maybe.
we did.
Let's say 2. That seems fair. You did have an intense talk.
Yeah, and you made her. I think you made her feel bad for it, but it was.
Yeah, she
it was
felt
a.
like guilty about.
She felt bad,
yeah.
but was like, "Come back later. It can't be done all of a sudden."
Yeah, she's like,
Exactly.
I
I'm back
can't
later,
do
it's
anything.
time.
Yeah.
So the plan has just been shame your mom repeatedly over a long period of time until she does what you want.
Isn't that how all teenagers act?
I was just saying it's not healthy.
I don't think anything in this setting is. Honestly.
We're in a horrifying world of cyber tigers and various other cyber animals.
My mom is
I
the
don't think
leader of
it's-
the death cult. I don't think there's anything healthy.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so just to clarify, the intent of the role is get her out of the death cult complex and to leave. Basically, to go into hiding in the town and not be Death's Chosen anymore. I am expecting that to be difficult.
Yeah, you're probably gonna say 4? At least, right?
Alright.
That seems fair.
Honestly, that seems pretty generous. I'll take it.
Oh.
Okay, so for that, I'll use Death Cult Born, I'll use Death Cult Wise, I'll use the 2
I
assets
don't know
of
if Death
party.
Cult Born is super helpful here.
Oh,
In fact,
yeah.
It might be
To
the
leave the
opposite
death
of
cult?
helpful.
Do you
It
want?
might
see
be
if I can twist
explicitly
that.
unhelpful to use Death Cult Born to convince someone to leave the cult.
Okay, I won't use that directly then. We will go with. Oh, right, the life path isn't the useful there.
Yeah.
I'll still use it because it's better than Scout Guard. At least it's somewhat related.
Well, I think he said it's
And
unhelpful, so
not
it's one
actually
die.
It's
hindering
unhelpful to use the
It's-
cult
it's
life.
so-
anti-helpful.
Oh, it is anti-helpful. Okay, then I'll go with the Scout Guard for neutral.
That's just not helpful.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
unhelpful.
Okay, so neutral, death cult wise, the 2 negative traits that we have from before. Okay, yeah. So that's at then 5 there, and
Mhm.
I'm going to try to convince you that the traits hopeful and frank work. Hopeful makes some level of sense in that I'm assuming
Well,
that
we'll
she's
get you
going to...
1 dice between the 2 of them. How about
Okay.
that?
I'll take it. Okay, 6 for 4. Let's see. Ha!
Yeah, so you start immediately walking away through a dark tunnel, pulling your mom behind you.
That's what it is. She just needed someone else to make the decisions for her, just like she's used to in the death
Exactly.
cult.
She has... See, she's a terrible leader all around. So all we need to do is I am taking her, I said, into the town and in hiding. I think I'm taking her to your clubhouse.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So inside the office,
I believe there is an authority needed inside of the office.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
Your leader has gone. I am the new Death's Chosen.
Yes, Slush, you can take that role.
Yes. All right. So so I pull out a whiteboard. So you want to assault a Frost Shepherd position? I basically want to try and convince them of certain tactics they could use against the Frost Shepherd that seem like they'd be helpful. Actually, the exact opposite of helpful.
You're both working against each other.
I think so. I think Oz is like trying to give tips that will change it from one-sided destruction to mutually assured destruction. Like, the Death Cultists will die, but they'll take Frost Shepherds with them.
I'm trying to do the opposite of that.
Yep.
So is it less like... It almost seems like we have to do 2 roles.
One, to get them to listen to us in the first place, and then we realize we're saying... Yeah, at first we're working together, because we don't know we're saying the opposite things. And then... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's first like convincing them to listen to us. So probably you helping me because I'm the authority.
I'm definitely helping you.
Okay. Yeah. So. Oh gosh, what? I'm an outcast, so that would probably be helpful.
Outcast from the Frost Shepherds, yeah.
Yeah.
In this case.
Playing your audience.
Ob 3 to get them to listen to you and take you serious between the 2 of you. Ob 3 to get them to pay attention and start like actually making steps forward towards this cult march on the... I guess it's more of like they're not planning like an assault.
We're pushing them there. I think that's what we want.
I think the original
You're pushing them there because that'll go down.
to like march on is the more likely outcome. Like literally assemble in force and show their distaste for the Frost Shepherd, like ice coffin thing, whatever's happening, because you've convinced them that's what's happening, that they're trying to defy death at the inverse ziggurat.
The plan was a peaceful protest?
Not so much peaceful,
okay,
but to assemble as a death cult en masse, but maybe not necessarily immediately start stabbing people. Like, that's a much harder ask, is what I'm saying.
You see,
so it's harder to drive them into a frothing frenzy.
Well, even assembling en masse, I believe, would count as an insurrectionist activity.
Yeah, no, it serves the purpose. I'm just trying to frame it in a way that makes like a better sense here, because we haven't seen the death cult like straight up go on a like crusade.
Like a crusade,
Yeah, they're just going to be lots of robed figures marching on the inverse ziggurat, probably armed, but not necessarily immediately attacking.
So I'm gonna use Outcast, my authority skill, Shepherd wise, because I know information about the Frost Shepherds. And probably authoritative and the bastard.
I think once again you get 1 dice between the 2 of those,
All
because
right,
both of those seem
that's
like
fair.
sort of kind of relevant.
So 6 dice. What'd you say the ob was again?
3.
3?
Ob 3, and I have advantage using outcast.
I don't know if I'm doing these
Yeah.
ops good enough.
I think
did it.
Jordan has aimed his character at a very specific thing, so that's why he has so many dice.
Yeah. I have aimed at being an asshole who likes to take charge.
Yeah. You get the
And this
3.
is kind of the perfect situation for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're both going to roll individually. We'll review your specific intents.
Will this be a versus test now that the first test said they are listening to us?
Yes, it will be a versus test, but if neither of you get above 2 successes, so if both of you only get 1 success, so it's going to be starting at So neither of you get above if neither of you get 2 or more successes, I guess 3 maybe. Yeah, we'll say 3. So if neither of you get 3 or more successes, the thing goes in a direction that neither of you want.
Oh, like there was a high priest kind of guy at Below Death shows, and he just speaks
Full
up.
on peaceful protest.
Yeah, it goes in a direction neither of you want.
Okay.
If neither of you get at least 3 successes. I don't think that'll happen, but just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then whoever gets more successes gets to dictate how the plan shakes out.
Okay. So.
But there'll be a few logical restrictions, like they don't have catapult. They're not just gonna come charging in on horseback or whatever. Right. They're going to be marching upon it, but you can dictate some minor objectives from it.
Okay.
For big numbers.
We'll send in the cloned mole people troops.
The cloned mole people.
Okay.
We don't have those.
So we're rolling against each other, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
But if neither of you get higher than 3, or neither of you get 3 or higher, then I'm just gonna tell you how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna get an adult to step in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what life path would work best against.
We're still rolling against the room, not necessarily Oz.
Still against.
Well, it's kind of
room.
both.
Yeah.
It's kind of both.
Because we've rolled against the room to get them to listen, and now we're just.
You just got muted.
You're muted.
Midway
Oh.
through that sentence.
That was
There we
weird.
go. You said we were rolling against the room, and then what?
So we rolled against the room already, but now we're figuring out who they're listening to more. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will use the same life path, which is only 2 dice for me because I don't have a thing that's good at talking.
Yep.
But I do have know-it-all, so I will start spouting things about.
That's 3 dice. Yeah.
Yep. About I think I'm not, because of my background. I don't think this will change my background or increase its dice, but still the style of my explanation is not so much military tactics as more things I have observed and technological opportunities and things like that.
Yeah, and just to clarify, what are you trying to get the Death Cult to do in their march upon the inverse ziggurat?
Well, we both want them to violently attack the ziggurat. You want them to die. I want them to kill the Frost Shepherds, irrespective of whether or not they die. And you want them to die without killing the Frost Shepherds, right, Jordan?
I want to reduce Frost Shepherd casualties.
Yeah, and I want to increase Frost Shepherd casualties.
So you want to put them in a position where, but how does this reflect on the plan for the Death Cult? Yeah, that's talking about the outcome of the whole day, but you're trying to the task is to the challenge you're trying to The challenge you're trying to figure out right now is because of the talk, because of the previous success, they will be marching on the inverse ziggurat to show their displeasure.
Yes.
You were trying to get them to go one way or another, so you're trying to.
I think we're both wanting them to get more violent, but I'm giving them misinformation.
And I'm giving them actual information on how to fight the Frost Shepherds better.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're trying to tell them, so you're trying to direct them towards places the Frost Shepherds will take the most.
Yeah.
But they're not necessarily. The problem I'm running into and trying to figure this out is they aren't they're not a murder cult. They're not going in. They're unhappy about the practice, but also they're going to stop the big halting death of the inverse ziggurat. They're trying to from where we stand now. They're at a place where they want them to not turn on their anti-death machine, or so you've told them that's what it is.
They're not a murder cult, but they are a duel to the death cult, and eventually, when the Frost Shepherds come to violently stop them, because that's how they do things, of course, definitely, I'm just telling them how to better defend themselves. That's it.
So, yeah. So you're suggesting they assemble in.
Make sure to have all those hidden weapons on you.
I'm trying to figure out how the difference between your two objectives are.
It's just
the ultimate intent, I think, is I want the Frost Shepherds to die, or for them to be able to kill. Because it won't. It's too much of a jump to just straight to dead Frost Shepherds. But I want them to be able to, if a fight breaks out, really, really hurt the Frost Shepherds. And I believe Slush, your character, Slush, you were going for the opposite. You want them to actually be kind of harmless against the Frost Shepherd, just by trying. If a fight breaks out.
Yeah, I want them to be if it comes to a fight, which based on previous things we've set up, we
wanted
the paperwork.
We have submitted the application for a fight.
We submitted the application for possible insurgent activities, so they will come in force. And it's when they do fight back, they do all of the wrong things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want them to do the right things.
So yeah, let's roll against each other.
Okay.
And if neither of you get at least 3 successes, then they're going to go unarmed. They're going to go just to show their displeasure and, well, not unarmed, but they are going to go bringing exactly 1 sword to challenge the Frost.
Yeah, it's more of a symbolic thing. Yeah, it's a metaphorical fight, not a literal fight to them.
Yeah, that's if neither of you get at least 3 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be peaceful. Okay. I'm using Nosy Explorer. Yeah. I'm pointing out to them, here are places you can hide, or if you are ever need to, and if you find yourself being hunted, here is where you can hide an ambush from. And things like that. I am selling out my own hiding places to the death cult.
No, my mom's in one of them.
Not that one. But the, general, much less effective and more temporary, this spot, this person's roof above town is good, and no one's ever up there, kind of things like that. From Nosy Explorer. Would that jump it from 2 dice to 3 dice as its own thing? Or does Pitfall Wise already cover it? I think Pitfall Wise might already.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. You get 3 dice, and then you get Pitfall Wise is your only relevant skill.
It definitely is. Yep.
So 4 dice.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna use Garrison Born. Hey, I grew up in this shitty place, so I know all of these things. Sure. Right? I have Shepherd Wise. I am also. Yeah, yep. I'm also louder as an authority figure. I'm speaking authoritatively.
You are.
No, he's wrong. I don't know.
I don't think
when you're done, I have one more case to make.
Oh, I was going to say one more, maybe with Proud.
Yeah.
I don't know if Proud would make it.
Proud's a stretch.
I don't know if that'll help with the
Bastard.
Yeah.
I have authoritative as a trait, too.
Bastard makes sense to me.
I think Bastard might hurt you more than it helps you.
But
How?
in this case, it's a matter of he was a bastard from the Frost Shepherds. He knows
Yeah.
this stuff. They have evicted him, so it makes sense that
Like
he would want to
he's
take them
known
down.
around town as the bastard, right?
The Frost Shepherd object.
Yeah, but I think that folds into getting the 3 full dice from Garrisonborn
That's
rather
fair.
than getting
It's
an
4
extra
dice.
dice from that. Or the full dice from Garrisonborn
Okay.
rather than an extra dice on top of it.
Okay, so that is 4 plus Shepherd Wise plus Authority. And then is that it? Just the 6?
Yeah, just your 6 dice.
Okay, I have a question. I have one case to make. If I also include things I know about, like, I have know-it-all. Knowing it all includes knowing at least some, because I did a lot of my entire year of homework, of Frost Shepherd tactics, and we went to camp and everything like that. And
No. You don't. Know-it-all is not a skill. Know-it-all is a trait. You
know-it-all
are
is a trait.
know-it-all.
That's what I mean.
You
I am a know-it-all. Can I use that in here and just say actually to you a bunch?
You're gonna actually.
I'm gonna actually you a few times using know-it-all to like counter your misinformation while still making it seem like we're working together.
Beautiful.
Actually,
It evens out the dice more.
I had a worse idea for how this was gonna work. So the know-it-all would do more to undermine Slush than it will to help you.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna do is Slush needs to get at least 4, and you need to get at least 3, or the duel happens.
Okay, so that's good
So
with
you
me.
just increase my ob. Okay.
Increase
That's
increase
fine.
your
You don't have
ob
to do-
against the crowd.
Yeah, against the crowd, because you're undermining his points with your know-it-all bullshit.
Yeah. Actually, they won't deploy in that formation. That's a different formation. They're going to deploy in this formation when searching for death cultists.
Okay. Who do you want to roll first?
Let's both do it. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Oh no!
Hey!
I would like to spend Persona on my roll.
Yep.
I'll give you a fate if you just leave it there. That's the suboptimal choice.
Okay, I take it. I take the fate.
Yeah.
So we're going into this march ill prepared.
Yeah, they have all the wrong information.
Yeah, I'm like,
Pins, they're on the ready to.
Listen, the way that you properly request a duel with a Frost Shepherd is you go to stab them. Yeah, that's what you do. Stab them specifically where their armor is the thickest.
yeah, they respond well to violence. That's how they know it's not a real stab, because you're aiming for the thickest part of their armor.
Yes.
Oh no.
A little while later.
Make sure to insult the color blue.
Yeah.
Yes.
And wear as much blue clothing and blue armbands.
It's symbolic. You're pretending to be their version of the devil by insulting blue.
No, you gotta wear red. That's what you got.
Well, see, we said that wearing blue was not allowed unless you are a Frost Shepherd, so.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, wear blue.
Wear blue, wear blue.
They're gonna wear their big black cultist robes.
That's
and
fair.
a little while later, we see the assembly of death cultists marching through town with their chanting and their singing as they make their way towards the inverse ziggurat.
You see me and Death's Chosen with our heads just peeked out under the tank lid watching them go by.
Yep. We get this crowd marching, we get the very, very chatting things going on to draw the attention of the whole town. So we then slowly behind them, they start developing the tale of like the safe distance crowd following to see what's going on. Because they do the parade through all of the like residential areas, a big thing of town. They're making a scene of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we'd expect no less.
We put in the requisite paperwork already.
Yeah. And the Frost Shepherds are starting to like line up along their path, more or less, to keep an eye on them, but they're not exactly sure how this is going to turn yet, so they're not like opening fire or anything. Every like block and a half, there's like a frost shepherd just watching. When they make it up to the inverse ziggurat, the construction is ongoing. It appears that most of the actual 4-step, 20 stories deep ziggurat-shaped pit has been dug. This town is good at ziggurats.
We're real good at it. You
Yeah,
combined
20
two
stories.
things together.
Wow.
We combined building ziggurats and digging holes into one thing.
Yep. That's they combined both of their wises and got them both in this dice roll.
Yep. And you see in the center there's a like a tarp wrapped thing that's being built in the middle.
Mhm.
And it's like tubes coming off of out of the tarps onto like stations and stuff. So yeah, I don't know how this plays out. So if we have some method.
Yeah, all the death cult try to duel individual frost shepherds and get rocked. That's what happens.
You think it's a fight? I don't. I'm just still struggling
the
on the whole thing.
intention,
Yeah, the intention was like to get them to.
I don't think
Fight,
the
that's
death cults. The death cult didn't intend to start a fight then and there, but I do think the frost shepherds, with what our intent was they see it as a fight then and there and respond to.
Yeah, I think that's right. The death cult was
Yeah.
not intending to fight. The death cult was trying to stop the turning
yeah.
on of the endless death machine, which is not what this is.
Yep.
This is what you decided it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course.
The most important thing was achieved.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the death cult walks up and the high priest like lowers his hood and he has the full head skull mask on. He holds up a megaphone, which is just a tube. It's like a cone-shaped tube.
Yep.
And he starts saying some words into it. He's trying to say, by order of death, by order of the town of Pitfall, for the sake of our beliefs, we need you to cease all action for the like endless death ziggurat of immortal life that draws direct blasphemies to the faith of death. Blah 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 blah, and then he just gets shot. There's just
Yep,
as soon as he's in the middle of the thing, there's just the sound of an ice laser going off and the freezing of the robes as he collapses.
Yeah, I think the information given was we were saying here's all the things to be non-threatening, but they were all the most threatening things you do to shepherds.
The thing, yeah, the like weird cultural threatening things that aren't
Yeah.
obviously threatening.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's
don't
hoping
smile at
Jack's
dogs because
figured
they're
out in-person combat. They start just mowing you down with guns.
Yeah, and then there's cartoon violence happening. So what are the protagonists? What are they up to?
I would not have joined the. I'm not that close by. But
Ooh,
after
would you
failing
like
my roll, I
cadets
knew this isn't going to go well.
joined? I think Slush would try to be on like cadet duty.
Well, you don't have to be specifically there, but like we cut to
No,
all of you
he's-
to see what you're up to.
Yeah, he's just like, probably in the garrison, like talking with his mom.
Well, I think after we're done our talk, I want to talk to you because I failed that roll and I want to complain to you. But why did we against each other? You're so clearly.
Oh.
Does that work to have an argument about that?
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
This might be the end of our friendship. We never know.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So, I think the death cults are like we are probably just like walking towards maybe our hideout or wherever we're walking to. We're on the street. But a lot of
Street's a bad place to be right now.
No, this is before everything goes down. We're
Okay.
yeah,
rewinding.
while they're
Empty death cults.
yeah, while they're still assembling, and while like the streets are pretty empty right now because the death cult's still currently assembling, to have the parade. And we know how many people now are a part of it, so lots. I think Oz just says, "What was that back there? Are you?
What do you mean?
You were just arrested by the Frost Shepherds, and still you defend them?
This was
What
about
will
taking
it-
out the cult.
It was about both. We took out the cult for. We will. The cult is going down for Karina. But the Frost Shepherds, they're worse. I intended to take them both out. I thought by now, especially with what just happened, you would have changed your tune.
No, because the problem with the Frost Shepherds is all the bureaucratic bullshit, Oz. That's the only reason we were arrested.
And you think,
Bureaucracy.
what, you can just yell
You think you can
your way
murder
through it?
bureaucracy away? I did yell my way through it. That's exactly what I did.
You have an advantage. You are favored by for your mother. What do you think would have happened if it wasn't?
If I am favored by them, they sure have a piss poor way of showing it.
Yes, that's my point. They are.
They're still my family, Oz.
And family sucks.
Exactly. But the only way to make the Frost Shepherds better is not murdering them with cultists. What if you set the cultists loose and they were at each other's? What happens if the cultists stormed the garrison and killed my mother?
He's the quartermaster. That's very unlikely to happen.
What if it did? Does the end just justify your means?
Frost
sure that's
Shepherds
what-
hurt and kill many in this town.
The only way to
You-
fix it is from within. I'm
No,
sure
no,
your
it is
parent
not.
thought the end justified the means when he cut off my uncle's head. Do the shepherds suck? Yes. I acknowledge that. But the only way to fix it is from the inside. The shepherds have always tried to include people within. That's how we're so big. Do you think we've just freaking bred that many people? No. We assimilate. That's what we do.
You force others to become like you. Subtly, insidiously. Pressure, as good as bribes. You're not interested in acceptance. We're interested in subjugation. We didn't invite you here. None of us did. You just showed up on our doorstep, forced your way in, and now are making the rules. This isn't your house. Get out.
Things seem to be going a lot better than they were before. People murdering each other in the street.
So are you law enforcement then? You're just everywhere? Do you get to decide that?
Maybe that's the way the world needs to work, Oz. Because otherwise, there's no stability.
Well, at least you admit it. Might makes right. You are just like them.
And you're just like your parent.
I think I try to punch you, but I don't have any intent behind it beyond just showing my anger.
Yes, the skinny kid who made a robot.
Yeah,
to
I think I
protect
punch you, but it doesn't really hurt. That's probably what it is.
Destroyed in the dodgeball match.
Yeah.
I think you just do punch him because you don't really.
I don't have an
Yeah.
intent behind it. I just punch you. And it hurts as much as the punch can, but it doesn't really hurt as much as it's like maybe
It might bruise.
the
maybe.
lowest 20% of punches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
The
hand
world-
hurts more than anything.
Yeah.
You made a fist wrong.
The world is changing, Oz. The Frost Shepherds bring change. The sooner you live with that, the sooner things can go better.
Oz takes a bit to not think about what you say so much as think of if there's anything he can say that might actually change your mind.
Also, next time you throw a punch, the thumb goes here, not here.
She's talking
You to
about.
be an authority, even right now.
I'm actually very tempted to do a specific thing.
Well, do the thing. Just do the thing.
Yeah, I think without in his anger and he can't think of anything else to say. So he looks you right in the eye and he says, "I'm a clone. Slush. I'm a copy of that man who calls himself my father. Do you think someone like the Frost Shepherds will ever accept that after how they're currently treating everything in his lab? There is no something like me there. There never will be. Ever to be. And by the time you work your way up the ranks enough to change that, probably already be dead."
Do you think any of us care if you're a clone or not? I had my suspicions.
I know you. I know Karina. But you yourself said you're different from them. And you don't get to make the decisions.
What possible reason would they have to treat you differently if you're a clone?
What you just said. You don't clone your own soldiers, but don't you think at least some of the Frost Shepherds would if they could? I'm that answer. I will be put back effectively in a test tube. I will be experimented upon, effectively tortured. I will become what you saw as one of those brains in the television. More people are the type to do that to me. They find out what I am. Every day since going to school with you and Karina, I have been told that I have to keep that to myself. And
Told
my
by who?
parent is, and my parent is right about that. What I've seen. There is a darkness to your people that you don't see. Maybe you're too close.
I think there's a darkness in you that you don't see. Do you think that if they cared about the cloning technology, they would experiment on you? No. They'd go to your parent, Oz. He's the one who made you. What use would they have experimenting on you? And if they made you a brain in a jar, or like the brain in the jar, I'd hope they'd have more sympathy than what you showed today in that room. Because when I said one of those brains might be my own uncle, you very coldly said that probably is the case. I think you're much more like your parent than you wish you were, and the only way to get past that is maybe to see things from my perspective.
Want to make a versus test?
Sure.
All right, cool.
What do we get out of the versus test?
It's a fun ping pong match to watch.
Seeing who feels like they won the conversation?
Yeah, I guess.
Winning the conversation.
Winning the conversation.
Yep.
Yeah, so the loser gets some condition to reflect this.
It's gotta be at
Both of
least
us would be
condition.
the inner, like, I think the condition for whoever
Oh, like
loses would
inner
be
turmoil?
inner darkness.
Ooh, yeah. I like that.
Okay.
I'm down with just rolling 3d6 to see who wins.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's do it. No anything. We'll just
No
each
anything.
roll.
My strength against yours.
So
Okay.
it's life pass. They're life pass. So it's not.
Oh wait, we each got
It's
two
still
successes.
duo versus
Yeah,
two.
we each got 2 successes.
Yeah.
So I think what I say then is maybe we're both right. Doesn't make either of us wrong. I just walk away. I
Yeah,
think
so
I think on a
both of you
tie,
get,
a
like-
friendship's over because neither of us are willing to admit we're wrong.
Yeah,
both,
we're
of you both of you get like bruised ego or something.
Or we both get inner
Yeah.
darkness. I actually like the idea of us both getting inner darkness.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm down with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We both get the condition inner darkness because I think we both sort of see like, yes, the other person is right, but we're both too proud to like let it.
Oh
like,
yeah.
let them know.
Perfect.
Can we
Yeah.
maybe epilogue it from here?
Is there anything you want to do
I'm
with
gonna
your
check
mom?
in to see what I was gonna check in to see what you were doing, and then I was gonna have a short epilogue about what happens at the wrap up of the fight between the Frost Shepherds and the Death Cult, and then yeah, that's the epilogue.
Have
Sweet.
more of long-term, epiloguing of what I want to do with my mom and these two, but not any direct plans.
Yeah.
Like,
So what happens?
Probably.
Is there anything else that happens with you before we find out what happens between the Death Cult and the Frost Shepherds, and then?
No, we're probably hunkering down in that base, and I'm just, we're gonna keep leaving.
Yeah, so we cut to Karina and her mom, like, hunkering down at the base, and we hear the Wilhelm screams from outside as the Death Cult, the Frost Shepherds do a battle in the streets because the Frost Shepherds ostensibly ambushed the Death Cult during a protest.
Yep.
Listen, I'm not a good guy.
Yeah. This is just
Slush.
dodgeball tactics. That's what this is.
Slush is an authoritarian. That's what he is.
Yeah. And then we after a bit we see the fight, we see the Death Cult get like dragged off more or less, and then we just get the aerial shot of the tarped figure inside the center of the inverse the what do I call it?
Ziggurat?
Inverse ziggurat.
Yeah, the inverse ziggurat growing and growing, and then eventually we see the ropes pull and the tarps fall down, and it's an obelisk made of those Frost Shepherd coffins,
Oh.
and the switch gets flicked on, and we hear the humming, and we get like a little blue dome thing expand and expand and expand. It's an ice winter machine. It just makes it winter time.
Forever.
Forever.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
It is the inverse ziggurat of winter.
Oh boy.
This makes this forever winter.
Yeah, so the obelisk goes the full length of the inverse ziggurat, so the inverse ziggurat goes down 20 stories, and then there's an obelisk in the center that goes up 20 stories,
Perfect.
Mhm.
made of Frost Shepherd coffins.
It's like a
Nice.
big bunt cake pan. That's what it is.
Yeah, filled with dead bodies and ice crystals.
Bunterot.
Oh my.
Yep,
Excellent.
that's what happens. It's winter all the time now.
Why would they do that? That makes no sense. What about the
Control
crops?
winter. That's what we knew.
We don't.
Or thought we
You
knew.
just survive by hunting animals and cyber tigers. Obviously, you don't need crops.
Or underground crops. Who knows?
Okay.
Yep.
Underground farms.
Hey, listen, we got a whole death cultist area underground now.
Yep.
Farm.
True.
The death cult is only a cultural memory without any formal structure anymore.
Yep. The death cult is
Anyone
dead.
else have? Oh, so anyone else have a short epilogue about what they end up as?
I think
You don't get any
Karina-
roles. You just get to say like,
No.
where you go.
Karina, after this all goes down, spends a couple of days, shuttling her mom. Like, you can live in my room, so just keeping her out of the eye. And as she is communicating with the other two of you, she's starting to realize, oh wow, something went down that I wasn't part of, and we aren't a group anymore. This isn't a thing, and both of you are kind of, I assume, sort of sulking in your own deep, dark,
I have an epilogue
inner
that is
darkness.
very, very inner darkness. Yes.
I also do.
Beautiful. So after a while, I think I give up on this. I'm going to do peaceful things. I'm going to make this town better. I think that I take my mom and I go back up to the town above and I say, well, at least I got my family back. Let's never go back down to that place again.
Oh, it's so sad
My dad
because
was right. Never mind.
it's so sad to think that like we might maybe get like a radio butterfly once a day, and they just stop coming.
Oh yeah.
The isolationist policies won. Never mind, they were right.
This is a horrible world.
Yep. Oof.
But that is Karina's end.
Okay. I think Oz's epilogue will be that he actually. This is the first time we actually see his father. After the project is revealed, he's just like his dad is back and working in the lab as normal after the whole thing was cleared up. I don't think they would have kept him under arrest, but I think he's like under house arrest or something like that.
Yeah, definitely house arrest because the brain matters more than the sergeant. Not
Yeah.
like the sergeant's brain, but the scientist's brain matters more than
Exactly.
the sergeant.
They need him technically to keep the village running, so they couldn't
To keep
stop him
the
from
eternal
working.
winter machine running.
Exactly. But I think what happens, yeah. I think this is the first time we see Oz's dad. He has a very like light-hearted attitude, like "What's up, champ?" kind of thing. Like he's kind of always upbeat and always busy with something. And then Oz says, I want you to teach me everything you know. And he takes the next step in his apprenticeship, basically.
Good.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, if I am just like my father, I might as well be as good as him. So that's his epilogue.
You finished your rebelling stage.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
I have now
both of
given
us
up my
learned.
rebellion. Better to be my dad than a frost shepherd.
Yeah. I would like to hope that, helping take down the death cult would reinstate Slush as an actual frost shepherd so he gets his name back.
We both join
Yeah.
our heritages.
Yeah, we both join our respective heritages. And before Slush was like, yeah, we should be more inclusive. Now Slush is like, anyone who doesn't bow must be exterminated. Like, he just goes full authoritarian. Like, he just goes full on. Like, yeah, like, we bring peace and stability. And people who don't want
stability and ice.
peace, stability, and ice to our empire.
Oh boy, this is some like the dark ending of the Fox and the Hound kind of stuff. Is what this feels like.
Yeah.
That is one messed up movie when you actually watch
We
it.
did watch it earlier this year. It was it had a message that was like, "It's okay, segregation is fine. Everyone's happy with segregation." It was super weird.
Yeah,
Classic Disney.
Yeah, it was
When
very
people are
strange.
Hundred
fundamentally
One
different,
Dalmatians
Disney
is
shouldn't be
just
together.
the bad guy wants to skin dogs. Like,
Puppies,
that's the
yeah.
whole-
No, this is like has the same plot as Fox and the Hound. We're friends, and then we go in different directions, and then we still want to be friends, and then but it's like the dark ending. We're like, no, we hate each other.
We're too different to ever be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This was a friendship of convenience.
It really was the whole time, and it just
really. The only
fizzled
person who
out.
brought us together was a mutual hate of Greg. Is that his name?
It's true. It was great.
Yep.
Thanks, Greg.
Greg was the center of our friendship all along, and now that we didn't see him this session, our friendship fell apart.
I
Greg's
think we get
epilogue is just
I think we get an
Greg's
epilogue of Greg, and they're very scared. They're just like in their like with their family at the pit, and they're just like just looking like they're listening to the sounds of violence outside. And they're like packing bags and stuff, and it's the more hopeful scene of Greg and his family like stepping into the unknown to get out of this bad place.
Are they going into the city?
Yeah.
Yes!
Greg goes to the city.
Greg
Greg
goes
is
to
our
the city.
protagonist.
Greg and his family go to the city.
I'd love just like
And they
I
have,
just love this story.
And they have a cyber dog that has. I don't know what is a cyber dog. What parts are robot on a cyber dog?
The tail.
one
It wags.
is-
It's a poodle cyber dog.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh, yeah,
one
it's
ear
absolutely.
and like a tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like the floppy ear here, and then the cyber ear.
Oh yeah, there's an upturned cyber ear with like the cyber eye from it.
Yep.
And there's like a cybernetic tail with like a blinking light on the end.
We have
Yeah.
already discussed that all cyber animals are actually like it's specifically half their face that's cyber and the other half is not
Yep.
in this super weird way. So
I'd love
Greg-
Greg just meeting
Greg-
people going like,
Greg,
these
dude.
people were crazy.
Yeah. Greg, their parents, his little sister, and the cyber dog all like start venturing towards the city with all of their belongings on their back.
Greg,
Mhm.
the cyber tiger slayer.
yes. He keeps telling people he didn't actually kill the cyber tiger, he just drove it off, but
Nope.
You-
He's
Like,
like
how
Conan the
else did you
Barbarian.
decide to survive?
Yeah, cyber tigers don't just stop. They're
Yeah,
cyber tigers.
it
You had
is
to have killed
victory
it.
or death.
So yeah, that is the depths of winter.
Ah, I get it.
Now
What?
we're here. Now we're here. Now we're in the depths of winter. It goes on forever.
That's
Only the frost shepherds will survive.
that is a pun. Did you come up with that from the get-go?
No, I did not. Not at all.
Okay, because it is impressive enough that you feels like you could have. Cool. I still want to go through, even though I don't expect us to revisit the characters. I still kind of want to go through the beliefs. Does everyone else want to? Because only if
Yeah.
they do.
Kind of good with the idea of carrying over Fate and Persona to new characters. So
But no, I don't have any. So no.
That's
Ah,
fair.
that's
Actually,
fair.
that's very fair.
I'd
either
like
that or we
to.
give an average, but yeah, I'd like to go through beliefs regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you go through the beliefs anyway. I see.
So I had Slush deserves more than he is being given. I will help him regain his name. So I
Technically,
succeeded in that on an epilogue, but still. I believe that families should be together, so I must make Oz spend time with his parent.
technically
And the
also
epilogue
did
win.
that.
I don't know if you did or I would say more Slush did. I did spend time with my
Yeah.
parent, but
Fair
I
enough.
wouldn't say you caused it at all.
Fair enough.
Your
Frost
goal was
Shepard might be
achieved.
making a big weapon with all those frost hearts. Completely wrong, but the rest of this matters. I should direct them
I
towards the
mean-
death cult so they're destroyed and I can get my mom out. Success. According
Yeah.
to my beliefs, everything went swimmingly.
Right. Which one of the sad boys should go next?
I guess I'll go first. If anyone knows that I am a clone, then they will surely think I'm a monster. I must keep it a secret forever from Karina and Slush. Did you ever
Fail.
mention it to Karina?
No.
Failed. It was an and, not or.
You're right, but that was not failed. That was betrayed. I betrayed my belief. I guess this is...
Also,
Yeah, no, I have no idea
didn't
that you're
care.
from.
Oh, yeah. And in the middle of the argument, I wasn't going to really think about that, but yeah, he was actually he was genuinely surprised at that. I guess this is the replacing a belief, or is this is replacing and resolving, kind of, because of the way it is. It does involve another PC, but I don't know which other one it is. Replacing or resolving.
I think it's just
the only
another PC, so it doesn't matter.
I would say it's resolving because the only way that can be resolved is by the secret being revealed. It's just that I also am the one who did it, but it matters in this case.
Still say yeah.
Okay. The Frost Shepherds do nothing without reason. I will find out what this winter project is.
Yes, you found out what the winter project is.
Okay.
You
Kinda,
worked
sort of.
towards it. You found it out in the epilogue, but I don't think you really did anything towards that.
Right, good
Fair.
point. You get the
found
point
out
for
'cause everyone
working
found out.
towards-
Yeah.
You get the point for working towards. You don't know what the project is, but you know it's eternal winter now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could put
So,
two and two together.
it takes like 10 years for us to realize the winter isn't going away.
Yes.
It takes a cycle.
That's a good point. Well, not 10 years, but it's 10 years to go from winter.
Oh, you're
to
right.
winter.
It'll take about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
The Frost Shepherds
It'll
oppress.
take a little bit, but yeah.
The Frost Shepherds oppress individuality, and Slush should not wish to join them. I will make him doubt his goal. Did I do that, Jordan? Did I at least make you doubt?
Technically, yes, because in his mind, he's always like, the Frost Shepherds, like, help people, and, like, we bring people together, right? And we're, like, an authority, and then you made him go, like, no, the only way we can bring authority is through crushing them underneath our boot. So, technically, yes!
Yay! I turned my friend into a villain.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. And that's
yeah.
me.
These are the most dramatic children ever.
Oh yeah, we went with that going in, I think. It's just we're not normal kids. We're like NPC kids who are the children of important people anyways.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
With Hot
totally,
Circle, it's
yeah.
built for drama.
It's totally fine that that's how it worked out, but like my thought for the idea was like, yeah, let's go a little bit lighter and make it kids and not adults.
Oh no, we went all in on this.
Yeah. Okay, so my beliefs are, the Frost Shepherds have denied me my birthright. I will earn their respect. Did I earn their respect by helping kill the Death Cult?
I think so. You got your name back.
You earned a modicum of respect, but once again, like I keep saying, you will never earn all of the Frost Shepherds.
That is fine. I furthered the belief. That is his belief that drives him forever. Oz is rather intelligent compared to the others here. I must investigate this. I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yep, you
did
investigated.
investigate.
I think that a horrifying realization that, like, oh, he just doesn't care if you put brains in jars.
They're not people; they're just brains. That's
They're just
that's his
brains.
thought process.
They're already dead.
They're not
That's fair.
alive. Stasis.
And then Karina wants more time with her mother. I will help her do this by destabilizing the cult. Big bonus.
Success.
Definitely did that.
Yeah. Was that simple, moderate, or complex?
I don't think destabilizing Culp was particularly simple. I'd go with moderate.
It was like
Alright.
the whole session.
Yeah.
That's a lot of persona I have now. Too bad he'll never use it anymore.
Yup. I'm like, oh good, I completed X number. I have 11%.
Oh yeah. My character's entire this is definitely the ending because my character's entire existence is now my arc's done.
Mm-hmm.
I am now
Yep.
an NPC again.
Yep, same. I'm just a villain NPC.
I've relocated.
Yep.
Wait, I could now add his real name onto the character sheet.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot of
Cool. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
next week we will be off. We have a convention. Some of us. And then the week after that, Marissa, you will be GMing also Hot Circle to tell us about your idea for.
So, yes. The idea I'm going with is I'm wanting to give a shot of some higher life cast characters, so 4 or 5. I don't care which. I'm not too concerned with it. The game will start with a second pod of people being found. I'm thinking with the ending of this, one of the downward cigarette walls will collapse under the digging and weight of snow to reveal the metal side of the pod, which will open and reveal a new set of colonists. And with the reactions of the Frost Shepherds technically being here to look for their ancients, the other original peoples, the Aqueduct Guard, feel free to be who you want. And
But we're all in the pods, right?
you don't have to be from the pods. You could be from the pods. You could be town members reacting to this. You could be whatever you want. If you could give me some ideas ahead of time and what sort of beliefs you're looking at, that'll help me give a very brief idea, but mostly what I'll be aiming at is, here are your beliefs. How can I mess with that? So
I don't know any
don't
ideas
intend to be
about
doing
beliefs, but I want to be from the pods, and I kind of want to be a tired professional magician.
Yes.
Yes!
Be like, oh, you want to
Strong
worship me?
approval.
I am your god.
Yes. Look at this.
Dove!
Dubs. You were putting cryo sleep dubs. They're just normal dubs.
They just didn't. They couldn't find them when they were searching. Like they were just in
They're not cyber
your
doves,
sleeve.
they're just doves.
Regular
That's
doves.
why you're a god.
The first regular animals that are not cloud things, and I don't even know. Yep,
Yeah, I want to be a frozen magician.
that's great.
Beautiful.
I don't know how this worked with your plot, but
I
I
don't-
don't have
I
one.
would say.
Until I get your beliefs, there is no plot.
Oh man.
I'm thinking we haven't seen an aqueduct guard yet, have we? Jordan, you played an aqueduct guard.
I played one when we first did the Frost Shepherds came. Now what? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I will consider what to be done. There's several ideas.
All right. Would that be it for this?
I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
Done.
that's it.
Thank you for watching. Episode name. I don't. I mean,
Inverse ziggurat.
well, that spoils like half the episode.
The depths of winter.
I think just the depths of winter is what we have to call
Darkness,
it.
the depths of darkness. I'm good with that too.
Ooh.
The inner darkness.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'm double checking if I have called because I know we've said the depths of winter several times over. But is it actually labeled? Yeah, it is. Episode 2 is already the depths of winter.
Then let's do the depths of darkness because that fits everything.
I think inner
Or
darkness.
Inner Darkness? Yeah.
Works better because we already have the depths of for episode. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more Hot Circle. It'll be interesting again to play 2 campaigns. Only time we did that before was also Burning Wheel. Okay, we'll be back.
We did a lot more Burning Wheel episodes, though.
It works.
Yeah, we did, I think, 12, so I don't expect us to be done with Hot Circle anytime soon.
I'm
I just
still looking to be about as long as we did before, so I'm expecting around 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
I have any idea.
Thank you for watching.